But anyway, last session we remembered that Ricky's family no longer recognizes him due to the mine card coming from the deck of many more things. You then left the mine and took the things that you were meant to return but no longer belong to that clan, so you don't really care. You took them with you. It was good. You then travelled along the road towards the city that you're supposedly heading towards. You came across a travelling salesman, Harmonic, a lovely metallic man, whom you then proceeded to ask some questions about the no-no directives, and you went a little bit berserk.
We didn't know they were no-no.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'm definitely going to ask the next roll.
Excellent. That's what I love to
If we
hear.
just do that and then run away, they'll just kill each other.
Maybe.
What do you think? They'll just come and
hunting
kill us?
organic stuff.
Yeah.
He wasn't scared of a dragon, but he got pasted by some very, very bad rolls.
Well, speaking of really bad rolls,
Stone boy.
poor Thoradin turned into a statue again, and then Kincaid looked at his spell book and was like,
I was looking at that and thinking, why don't we pick out the restoration? I already have lesser restoration for free from my new stick.
lesser is just as good as greater.
There's nothing we regularly run into that needs greater instead of Lester.
Like, where's
Lesser.
my prepared spells?
That's what I
Here's me freeing up for some, whales or
Sweet
whatever.
whales. And
Boy, Kincaid, you've done it again.
that was that your first attack in that combat too?
I don't think so.
First or second? Yeah.
Because you'd been haste or something like.
Regardless, it was early.
Oh no, that was the 8th form.
It was very early
Acorn
on.
got hasted by the
But then you were stunned.
Yes.
I missed, and then I rolled 1.
And then there was a little something that we overlooked that I didn't realise until the morning after, that Kincaid also has statue and also rolled a little bit of a 1 in there. So, we discussed it. Thankfully, you kept the god phone.
That's right.
You didn't burn it on any number of stupid things that you really considered.
You know how close we came so many times.
You're like, should I use it for this? Eh? So it would be a very different outcome had the had the only one that can cure this condition also turned into a statue. Thankfully, Zarthaxides has your back. Mid combat, you're shooting out these little lances of fire. All of a sudden, you get this like sheet of stone over you, and you hear Zarthaxides cry out from the heavens.
Is it a cry out
Just
or
like,
Damn it! Cry in brackets, fucking idiot.
Fine.
I'll use it here.
And the flames from that cured Thoradin as well.
And Kincaid
You
sneezed
wish.
and all the thing cracked off.
Well,
Whoa,
That was weird.
that was weird.
but
And I don't know why Thoradin's being so dramatic about it. It wasn't that bad.
yeah, just felt weird for a second.
Yeah, take it off.
But yeah, so your god phone is now gone, but you are cured of the effect of statue.
Is that forever?
Well, that
Yes.
statue.
Okay, cool.
Yup. He had to get a god to intervene and cure him of it.
Yeah,
It's not
do
that hard.
I mean, you've got plenty of time
It
to
is.
talk to Drokar right now. I'm just saying.
That's true.
I don't think I'm very sentient right now.
Well, beseech.
Also
Isn't it
true.
just not aware of your surroundings?
Yeah. You're in a
think-
coma.
You can
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm trapped in this endless prison.
It doesn't say that you're like. It says that you can't take actions. It doesn't say you can't.
Incapacitated, can't move or speak, is unaware of its surroundings. So you can't sense
You're literally just
anything.
trapped in a black prison.
But maybe your
in own
brain's
body.
in there.
It's like when people
can't
wake up
see
and they're
or
under
hear.
anesthetic and they just can't move. It's like that.
Except you can't see or hear or smell.
You can't see all the
feel
things they're
anything.
doing to you.
Well, so it's like that, but you've got your eyes closed.
And your penis elbows are really supple now. Because you were going to chisel some things.
No, we didn't. Good time.
Yeah.
That's plenty of time.
So, that,
Oh, because you got the magic chisel.
that combat ended.
Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, oh no, let's just get through this before we ruin Thoradin's entire look.
Score.
We finished.
Sir Dong knows, as he shall be before referred.
I miss Sir Dolphington.
Sir Donington.
They don't look really good with big dolphin lips. That's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Cockburn knows.
You're just real committed to that, aren't you?
What was his name? Cockswobbler?
That's right.
Yeah, dude.
What about him?
Swoggler.
Whatever swobbler is.
Oh, you know.
What else could it be?
You know.
Someone that swabbles cocks.
So, you defeated Harmonic. Him transforming into a large crab-like mech machine thing. He then exploded, and everyone was fine.
Shoddy workman.
It's all good. Yeah, not great. The cart was in the blast, took some damage, but you sorted through it, and then worked about getting the 2-point-something ton statue of Thuridin off the middle of the road and kind of away. So we had some very smart use of an ox and carpet pulling, and yeah, managed it. So where we left was Barris went back down the road to see if he could see anything, see if he could find the dragon, Skywrath. On his way back, he noticed, from flying way up high to try and get a good view, he noticed an interesting source of light. A little pinpoint real far away. And as you got closer to these guys, it was still quite distant. But you guys, sorry, I'm pointing at the statue. You guys then ran into another of the machine-tracked units and were keen to ask questions. So you were talking about potentially turning into an eagle, flying alongside at the same speed that it moves,
Good just to see.
and asking questions.
Yeah.
Is that what you still wanted to do?
Yeah.
Excellent. Right. Off we go. It begins to move. Eagle. Giant eagle?
Mini Kincaid replica.
That's right.
Wait, Mini Kincaid?
Yeah, so
like, I'm even tall.
Yeah, 25 cent. You're like a squat man.
So, as you fly alongside this mining cart, essentially, this transport, what questions would you like to ask?
What can you tell us about the Time Lord?
So, speaking to one of the robotic machine men standing on the front or the rear, which one? Like front or back?
Front.
Okay. What do you know about the Timekeeper?
I know he lives in Metronis, and he keeps the timing clock in check.
That is factually correct.
Good. I also know Tempo Roberto. Do you know him?
No. What? Translating.
So yeah, it is in Spanish.
Tempo Roboto.
Rubato.
Oh, Rubato.
Are you?
I just thought it was Roboto.
Yeah. Don't worry, arigato.
Roboto.
Arigato,
Tempo
Mr.
Roboto.
Roboto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Please explain.
I've heard his name and that he apparently stole a piece of the timing mechanism.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
I have not heard this name before.
Well, there you go.
Was that a question?
No, that was just a statement.
Right.
And what can you tell us about Maliator, where you come from?
Maliator
Maliator.
is a forge city.
Forge City, that sounds cool.
We produce the populace of Mechanis, among other things.
Build robots.
Yes.
And so do you guys get along with the Time Lord?
Each city serves a distinct purpose. Whether we get along does not matter.
Okay. So you don't.
We don't, no.
I'm inferring you don't like him.
I've never met the Timekeeper.
What about the dragons that work for the Timekeeper that attack you guys on the road?
They are heretical
Heretical.
constructs that we do not create in our forges. Wolfie has just given Varus a D4 of inspo.
Thank you.
Why is it if it is a right?
You're an eagle.
But I can still speak him.
They can't.
They can speak. They can speak all the languages.
They speak
Everything.
languages.
Instead of real languages.
You got to remember they don't have eagles.
Well-
They don't have
By heretical,
birds.
do you mean there is a religion or faith or creed that you follow that they don't?
All mechanical beings are created from one template. These do not abide by said template. Thus, the word heretical. While this is happening, you're zooming at 120 feet every 6 seconds back towards Varus's direction. You're flapping, keeping pace with this thing barreling down the road. At a certain point, Varus, you would see a dust plume in the distance traveling on the road towards you, and you would see a much smaller flying creature than the dragon that you'd spotted way back.
Well, yeah. Just keep heading to the general area I thought third it was.
Okay. Sure.
Where is Maliator, and would we be welcome there?
Maliator is much further in this direction.
That's where you're going.
Yes.
Ask if they have a version of the Time Lord.
Sorry, my eagle is quite loud.
What
would
is
we be welcome
eagle?
there? That's what I'm writing.
Eagle.
Can you speak his language? I think he's trying to talk to us.
That is not language. That is screeching.
I will.
The eagle just looks.
I cast,
Side eye.
I cast sending on Kincaid.
Well,
Kincaid,
haven't you got
Ricky.
telekinesis? Couldn't you?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't reply.
telepathy.
Can I not? I thought I could telepathic if you.
You can't telepathically reply unless you can speak telepathically.
What?
I can
it's
speak
only
into
one
people's
way.
brains.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm with you.
I mean, it's because it's not like I give other people the power of.
Yeah, true.
You can send the message.
You don't
Yeah,
open a
I just-
channel.
I just can speak in their brains.
Gotcha.
Except if I
Play
send
voicemail.
him. that's
You
fine.
go for it.
Hey, Kincaid, it's Ricky. I'm on your back. What did you want to ask these guys? I feel like you're trying to say something.
Ask them if they have a version of the Timekeeper, like a mecha lord.
So my eagle is asking if you have a version of the Time Lord in Maliator, or like a mech baron,
Like
or
the king of mecha lord.
yeah.
Rawr.
I'm so confused. Sorry. Can you say that again?
My
was just-
eagle is asking if you have a version of the Time Lord at Maliator, or maybe like a sub lord, or like a ruler.
The Vestal mining outfit run the forge. We have no need for a timekeeper, as our purpose relates to forgery.
Yeah, I agree.
He's like,
Okay. I think that's all. What's your designation? What can I call you?
you know,
You were gonna ask about if we'd be welcome in Maliator. but-
Oh, yes,
sorry.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, stop avoiding my question. No.
we don't follow the directives of Metronis. So, no.
Can get ready to run.
Yes, you would be safe there.
So you don't follow Directive 1790E.
I don't know what that is.
Oh. We said it to another Robert and they went a bit crazy.
Oh. That's
17901E.
Is it 01E? I
yes.
thought it was 17901E.
That yes.
With the one?
Wait.
17019.
Oh god, we all
I
have
wrote
different.
17901E.
That is
1790E.
No, it's 17019E. 17901E.
Yeah.
019E.
I'm not checking.
I didn't have a one.
If I get it wrong, so be it.
It is 17901E.
I didn't think so.
No.
I say correct.
So you should be safe.
Okay. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you.
You as well. What is your designation?
VMO 1.
Robotic insight.
Do I need to?
That
Into the body language of a magical illusion of a mini-me on an eagle.
From a 3 to a 16.
that is an invalid designation.
We have a different naming scheme where I come from. It's valid where I come from.
Which is?
The material plane?
Never heard of it.
There's no
Where we're
robots.
from.
Everything is organic.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, we build stuff instead of out of metal from the ground. We build it out of dead organic material. Just
Not-
stitch it together and sit on it
Not
like a chair.
not dissimilar to our structures. They are also made of metals.
Sure.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Metals.
Okay. The dead organic metals.
Yes. Dead organic
Well, I
matter
suppose-
like you becomes a building.
Yeah.
Our organic matter, metal,
Oh, okay.
becomes a building.
Yeah,
I think organic means a different thing.
yeah, I think you're losing something in the translation box.
Do you guys like hang out around magnets a lot or something?
No.
Just a big magnet.
Oi.
You ever heard of a blue screamer? No, but have you heard of this? Magnet. Okay, well, we will stop distracting you. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us.
You are welcome. What was your designation?
It's Ricky.
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 Farewell, Ricky.
Farewell, VMO mining outfit unit.
Number.
Number 179.
You heard it here first.
So,
And then I'll pull on the reins.
you sort of peel,
Nose is burning.
you peel back, let it disappear off into the distance dust cloud, and
Okay, little sugar cube.
Is this for horses?
Still out on hand.
I don't know what.
Fighting predator in the sky.
Oh, sugar cube.
Oh, salt lick.
Another one.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, the weak just. At the dad hand. You have the one.
So you head back.
Yeah, let's go find Thornton.
You would have only flown for a few minutes, and you head back. It'd probably be 20, 30 minutes later. Varus would eventually catch up. You did leave the explosion of harmonic
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
on the road.
Yeah, it's
So
it's our
it's very clear.
yeah.
It's a landmarker.
I got 27 perception to find
Yeah.
him again.
Easy.
Eagles have advantage on sight.
Woo! True. So you all reconvene.
I share with Varus what we learnt from the Roberts.
Beautiful. And Thuridin still glistens in the sunshine. But there's no sun.
Alright, so we chiseling this cock in? Or?
I think
That sounds like a yes.
I probably shouldn't be the one wielding the chisel.
Yes.
You know what?
That's an
I want
eagle.
to see it even more.
So,
Alright, well,
what are we
so you
doing?
didn't find anything to cure him? Did you?
I'll turn back. We didn't,
Nah, I mean-
honestly.
Yeah, I doubt.
Also,
I
Didn't
doubted
go-
they would have something for anti-stone.
I assumed that standard kit for a mining train driver doesn't include destonification
Yeah.
wands.
fair.
And we could do it in the morning anyway.
Alright, so
So we just twiddle our thumbs till we can sleep.
twiddle away. Thoradin, in his stone form, just with a fond memory, remembering killing those velociraptors in the forests.
I see trees of green.
As he looks out over this desolate, rocky dust bowl of a place,
We've all hung our capes over him, so he can't really see me.
keeping the sun off him. That's
I don't
nice.
want to get something.
I mean, who knows if it goes through? I'd hate for him to wake up tomorrow and blame us for being
It
something.
magnifies the sun rays.
There is no sun.
What's race?
So, what would you like to do for?
How long until we can sleep?
For like 6 hours?
probably a bit more.
Well, because we went down to the caves, spent some time in the caves, gave him food, watched the dragon fight, fought old mate.
Mm-hmm.
Been a couple hours since we woke up.
And yeah, Varys flew.
Yeah. Oh,
Back
yeah,
a ways.
2 hours in the caves. So.
Yep. So yeah, I'd say you probably got 10-ish.
I mean, yeah, not much we can do.
Play some toss pot.
Yeah, we just play some games, read some books,
Maybe we'll just dig.
just turn into a giant.
You
black
go for
hole.
it.
Yeah.
I'll just spend the time flying around looking for a skyship being attacked by a dragon, basically.
Okay. Sure thing.
Sounds fun, actually.
Come with.
You got wings.
I'll turn into a...
Oh, I'll come with us.
Right.
Can we take a short rest first so that I don't burn... Because I'm burning staff charges at the moment to mortal shape.
What you can. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, let's take a short rest.
Well, except for long rest, because
You can do anything you want. I mean, not the main thing.
not the thing that you
you
want,
actually wanted to.
but you take a short rest, sitting around your totem pole, your statue, and you look. All things aside, you look good as a statue.
If we're having a short rest, can we look at the thingamabobbies we got off the wagon and
Yeah.
figure out what they do? I know we got the... There's like the
Can
thing...
I have a tune to the necklace I put on?
Yeah.
Sure.
The metronome
Wish.
and the
Oh,
cold
metal
tooth
pipe.
pendant that we didn't know what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Because we knew the stone that was like the tape recorder, and then the box that with music as the key,
Yeah, that's
and then the crystal that gave was it fear and confusion save?
Yeah.
Something bonus.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we got
Metronome.
the
and pendant.
the audio recording rock,
Mm-hmm.
the pendant that we don't know what it is that I'm wearing,
Yep.
the V-shaped crystal I think I gave to you, Kincaid,
Oh,
plus 2 saves on fear and confusion,
I didn't realize that.
and then the metronome.
Beautiful.
I thought, did you
Maybe-
have it? The crystal?
No, because he was stoned before.
Bad luck if he did.
Yeah. I gave the stone to Varys, I put on the pendant, and I gave you the V-shaped thing, and then the metronome. We can just see what that does.
Cool.
Cool. So, at the end of your rest, the light is beginning to fade from the sky. It's not like when it become daylight. It's not a sudden thing. This is a gradual darkening. But as you rest, you have what is known as the Timekeeper's Pendant. And can you roll me a d4, please?
1.
Okay. You can reset a once per long rest item as an action with this.
Once.
Yes, you can use it every 1d4 days.
Oh, so every day.
Nice.
Right now, yes. Each time you use it, you will have to roll again. But you can reset something.
Like the stitching time. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if I have any once per day things.
I don't
Okay.
know if I do.
I think the mirror of
No,
spell
yeah.
reflection is once per day.
Yeah.
The staff, both of my staffs are like charges that come back on a day. Well, like
That's something the same for my drum. I don't know if it would have reset the charges of something.
Maybe.
not for your your artifact from the myriad.
for the staff of healing, it's like 1d6 4 charges, like on long rest. Would it do that?
So it's essentially if the ability says usable once per day, it can reset that ability.
So yeah, it says the staff regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charge daily at dawn.
No. So like an ability that you specifically use, not just a passive.
So does it have to be a magic, like a magic item?
What are you thinking?
I don't have an example.
Could you use it to get a channel divinity back?
That's once per short rest.
So an item.
So only items.
Yeah, reset a once per long rest item as an action.
Yeah, I think the only.
Okay, so my Otto's irresistible dance I could now do 2 times.
Okay.
From the bagpipes?
Yeah,
Okay.
that Constantino.
box.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could reset that.
The donkey.
So it takes an action, but
Commonly
You know?
found instrument among the dwarves. The donkey. You'll never guess where you put your hands.
is it upon the
Head
ass?
and anus.
Yes. Good guess. You've done this before.
I see you've attended a dwarven concert before. Maybe they could still make that noise.
Oh boy.
Donkeys really are amazing creatures.
As for the metronome, who had that?
I think Kyle.
Kyle had the V-shaped thing. Oh, I mean, you can, since we already knew what that one does, you can have a shape attuned to the metronome.
I'll have a look at the metronome.
So just spending time with it as an arcane user is how you're identifying these. You don't attune to them. They don't require an attunement slot. The metronome of synchronicity. It takes 10 minutes, but it lasts for an hour. All who hear it have advantage on stealth and performance rolls for the next hour.
That's
So essentially it syncs you all up.
neat.
Oh, we could do that before before we perform a show.
Yep.
Timberlake. You're Timberlake.
And
And we're the other one whose names we don't know.
You guys are the others.
Youch. Beauty. So any hit dicing?
Yeah, I used 5 hit dice.
Beauty.
Oh, I should have done that.
Yeah, but I'm actually injured.
I'd been hurt a little bit.
Also, you would have taken the explosion damage reduced that when Harmonic exploded, you were right next to it.
Ah, how much was it?
I'm sure Kincaid will have written it down somewhere. You keep track of damage, right?
Sometimes.
1.
Yeah, no, every bit of damage that's traded across any monster in any encounter.
Usually.
2d something.
I remember thinking, that's fire damage, I don't care.
That's true.
I remember that.
If you haven't written it down, I can
I haven't
re-roll.
written down.
That's fine.
It wasn't a huge amount because I'd only
Yeah.
lost like 40 health total the whole
So it'll be
fight.
like
And you were the one frontlining.
Yeah, I was the one getting beat while I was on the floor unconscious.
Yeah. Shouldn't have stood there. Should have used your wings. Or...
Well,
So
Our front line
25
man was rock.
thunder reduced to 12.
Yeah.
And 10 fire reduced to 5.
okay.
Because you are resistant to all damage.
I'm getting the workshop.
No whackers. It's alright, you can't do much anyway.
Yeah. We'll soldier on.
Yeah. Right, well, he's gone.
Chisel his feet off. Chisel all of his limbs off.
I'll throw it in cock nose.
And him.
What a shame. So,
Just imagine just chisel his mouth off.
No, better. Chisel all of his teeth into little dicks.
Is his mouth open?
All of his tusks are now just like, you've seen those dick straws?
Yeah. His one good snaggle tooth is
It's now just a dick, and it's permanently in his life short.
Good old dick tooth.
The shiny spots in the direction that we're already traveling, right?
Yes.
Okay, well then, yeah, I don't care. We should go to sleep or something.
Yeah, I pretty much just piss around until we can sleep.
That's fine. Yeah, if there's anything that you wanted to achieve while you wait for 8 hours before you can rest.
Just sit around.
Nope.
Do I have any consciousness in there?
You're unaware of your surroundings, which is sad. But you are also ludicrous for drawing so many cards from the deck, so I guess
You wanted them wings. You wanted them wings real bad.
you got them.
I would
Pay any price.
You got it.
I pay my wisdom and intelligence.
Yeah, and
And
stone.
several curses.
Ness.
Stone.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And
Yeah.
I mean, mine doesn't matter
Talons
because I hated those
and-
guys anyway.
Yeah, those guys can go to hell.
Talon. Oh
And
no.
you set room
You set Flynn's
and
altar on fire, you killed
But then I
Ronan.
fixed that. Me killed Ronan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was you.
Mm.
You don't need to defend yourself.
Pretty sure someone drew
Pretty sure it
me
was
your
you.
card.
You don't even,
I killed
you
Ronan.
don't even need to. He's made of stone.
you murdered him yourself.
Yeah, that's what I carved into.
I
his
turned
chest.
into a
I
minion.
killed Ronan.
Must
Well,
be
my
true.
chest is covered by like a shirt, so my shirt's just got a rip in
So
the
now
back.
your shirt's got a big design on it.
I don't remember having this shirt.
This is a new shirt. You guys get me a new shirt. Well, it's a stone.
Yes.
So,
Can't a friend do that?
what would you do in a few hours' time when the next mine cart travels past? Are you looking to avoid
Have a
or
whack.
nothing?
Just
Yeah,
wave it
let him
past.
go.
Sure.
Not particularly.
Let him go through.
Sure.
Definitely not drop a whale.
Oh, I mean,
You wouldn't.
I would just throw a statue at him.
Oh, go on.
Oh,
Just a little.
just for fun. Just like
Who
me
takes
waiting
up?
in a pub.
no, wait,
Turn
okay.
into a whale.
Imagine Thurden, he's in a black void of nothingness, and then all of a sudden, consciousness, perception, I'm a whale falling from the sky.
Yeah, 300 feet up.
Oh, they're dropping me. Well,
This is what it's
They
like.
cured me of my stone. No, they've turned me into a giant whale.
So I hold on to you, and then polymorph. So I'd have to like greater restoration you, then polymorph myself. And so you'd come back in midair, look up, and say,
or just riding on the back of the whale. Why not?
I guess I could turn into it. One of you guys could somehow get me up there.
Yeah, I dimension door 500 feet up.
Yeah, perfect. Already has a whale. You just touch the whale.
That's what we should do for the next. Oh, but it needs to be.
Yeah, it needs to be same size.
Yeah, I
we
could
need
cast it, hold it, and as a reaction, as soon
Oh,
as
well,
we
but
appear.
we both have wings. So I dimension door's up there. We're flying up there, and then.
And then you both can be turned into whales.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Twin polymorph.
the horror.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
would
actually,
spec into sorcerer just so I could twin spell polymorph.
I wouldn't do that.
So,
Guys.
Zothaxides, Big Z, is it too late to undo the God phone? I have a request.
Have a new one.
Give me back the stone thing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll deal with that.
All right. So, while the sky's gradually darkening, you're waiting around. It's getting, you would imagine, late. There's a strange, for lack of a better word, harmonic hum in the air. Can I get perception as a group, please? Except for old Dick Tusk.
What? That's
You had nothing.
Tusk would have failed anyway.
That's good.
15.
16.
1930s.
Big Z. So,
I think spelling Zothaxides with an X. Zah.
Yeah, me too.
I honestly changes.
okay.
I've been spelling with
So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
XR vaccines.
Yeah.
He only exists because Kincaid believes in him. right?
He also
He's like
slapped
drop
me
dead
and
Fred.
gave me a bunch of psychic damage, so I'm pretty sure he's real.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, and he did eat your dad.
And your mum.
And your mum.
Well, I sort of fed one.
Yeah.
That's different.
That was acceptable.
Again, beating your parents to him.
Something
You know, I
about
did-
sacrifice.
I didn't-
direct family
It
members.
didn't really didn't occur to me to ask.
Are you sure he's not a demon?
He just seemed like a good bloke. Up for a good time. He loves
You had a
fire.
contract with the demon?
Yeah, are you a warlock?
I have signed no terms and conditions.
You look at the backs of your hands and you're like, accept these.
Well, that's a whole different thing. Hey, you should be gone. She died in the explosion of the world.
Well, did you?
Did she?
Oh.
Oh, she got teleported somewhere and someone got curious and took the stakes out, and then we need to do it all over again.
It's only been 2 years. Like, it might be fine.
Just year into a portal and
Drop
All of our progress undone by idiots in the 2 years we were
What
away.
if we dimension door her into the Metronis and say 197 no we
then we leave.
oh yes.
I forget how it works with you turtles, but you've either been drinking too little or too much.
We are naturally known.
So, successful perception check as a group. There appears to be something in the cart that you'd missed.
Oh,
Oh,
oh!
Is it
you
shiny?
missed something in the cart.
It is not shiny.
No.
It looks like rubble, which is why you'd overlooked it.
Ooh.
But it.
Rubble is humming.
Ooh!
Favourite kind.
For some reason, I'm interested in this rubble I now see.
Well,
It
it's
really just seemed like rubble before, but now.
it's emitting this beautiful, strange, haunting sort of harmony, and you can hear it on the wind, sort of from where you were camping out, and so it sort of just
There's a nerve
catches your
here
attention.
somewhere.
And you all sort of look at
I
it.
was like, so I don't get it.
You look at each other, and you're like, "Where's that coming from?" So you sort of
Monica is alive!
scope around, and within the cart, something that was covered in a blackish oil overlooked. And what are you going to do?
Hello, little guy.
Are you talking to the rubble, Ricky?
Yeah, maybe it's like a little harmonic. Maybe robots are like phoenixes, and when they die, they're reborn from the rubble.
As a
Have you ever seen
As
Guardians
living
of the
music.
Galaxy?
Tiny little baby robots.
Yeah, not Groot at all.
I am harmonic.
Hello.
You wave. Just this faint, pleasant,
I'm going to have a look.
off-putting sound.
Maybe-
Go over
maybe
and
I'm
start rummaging around in the rubble.
Rummage, rummage, rummage. You find it. Ting. A small core of stone.
Hey, look, a rock.
It really was rubble.
You're holding it, and you can feel it vibrating through your claws.
Oh. You're
You cheeky, cheeky.
Oh, vibrating egg.
We call them Wawa beans in Fortnite.
Now, Mr. Arcana.
I did go to
Expert.
art college. I know a bit about the Wawa beans.
I've seen one of these before.
And usually another three
I
behind
went
on
to college, I'll
Have you know?
I swear, the last 2 sessions I have not rolled above 10.
It's been pretty ugly.
13.
Robots, so I
Arcana.
suppose they put them in the exhaust pipe?
Hey, Alex, what's going on? What's up?
It's,
You can ride it out.
I guess so. Let it rest.
Does Artaxides want to help me?
Oh, sure.
14.
No, he doesn't.
Not really.
By the way, you would have to call this
Yeah.
before you made your roll. You might need to spend more time with it to discern what.
I think I need to sleep with it to figure out what it does.
You do what you have to, but like,
Okay, give
Are
it
you
here.
sure that, I mean, in your current state, it won't sort of shake you to pieces?
You just hear a
No, it'll be like the jets in a hot tub. But all of me will just
From
be
the inside.
Kincaid's just like,
alright, well,
It'll be a big pool of bubbling water.
oh,
Won't
wow.
liquefy you? You know how sound waves makes things liquid?
One way to find out.
We'll just hear a splash in the middle of the night.
Nah, you hang on to that one, Kincaid.
Okay.
Okay, mark it down. It is called a harmonic core.
Well, I mean, that's so good.
So, you carry that with you and it hums.
What happens if I eat it?
The hum.
Well, I mean, there's only really one way to find out.
Yeah.
Right?
He's eaten gold before and masonry.
That's right.
Also true, like.
And that wasn't maybe
my
alive. That wasn't maybe a robot egg.
Would you like to make a medicine check on it,
Yeah.
Mr. Doctor?
I'll look at this stone and find out if my medical training tells me anything about it. 21.
It's not alive. It doesn't tick any of the boxes for being alive.
That's hang on. Look at this rock. In my professional medical opinion, this rock is not alive.
Probably safe to eat then.
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
He is an impressive specimen, this one right here. I see where you travel with him. Yeah. So, what else would you like to do?
The fact it is, should I eat it?
Yes. I speak into your brain.
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm just picturing him as like a magic 8 ball and he pretends to vaccines.
Try again later. Oh.
Outlook looks bleak. No, try again.
Give me yes already, so I can eat it down stone. Why you have to make it so difficult?
1 out of 9.
Just make it not my fault already.
Give it the green
Come
light.
on, Finn, have a look. I'm good, it's good. That's not enough.
Nobody knows anything anymore.
Oh god.
Good grief.
You can
Alright,
like
so
a
we
magic
use the
8 ball,
stone.
I bet, if you found one.
You probably would. I mean, you could make one. Oh, Gonny gave me a D6 of inspiration.
Gonny.
Thanks, Gonny. I'm going to use that. Roll some dice, you slag.
Oh.
All right, I will. You ready? I'm going to roll it.
This is
Looks bleak.
There is an 8 ball.
So, it's time to long rest.
Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I'm real tired.
You while away the hours.
I feel pretty stoned.
I've done so many push-ups.
There's only so many I can do. Switch arms. The other set.
I figured out what it does in the time, taking another short rest.
I mean, you're not proficient with Arcana, right?
You don't have to be.
For this, you do.
Ricky, have a look.
Essentially, I'm saying you need to be in order to determine what this might even do. It's not a magic item, essentially.
I've given it to Ricky to figure out with his
Just keep
Arcana
shaking
brain.
Okay.
I could have done that. Open. Hello. I could have done that. Hello, computer.
Hello, computer.
You're doing all the things I do to find out what things are. Now you can eat it, huh? Eat it.
I went to school for this.
Yes.
Just like you could say it wasn't alive, I'm about to tell you what it does.
Uh-huh.
I'm about to think to it.
I'll allow one more attempt.
Is that about to do?
Sing in
no,
tune
no.
with your sword.
Maybe. Probably.
Says the stone.
Better.
Donut dice.
What'd you get me?
It's in the
A two.
donut thing.
Donuts are 2.
So that is 28.
That's a lot better.
That's
Open!
Cop that.
And then my brain is opened to the information.
Okay. So
I feeded the last person that ate the stone.
whatever the music box was that was disrupting things. This appears to be a core. You don't really understand what the device was because it is gone now. But this core is imbued with some magic, some arcana. You would know it is of the divination school of magic.
Divination magic. That when someone can spy through it. Quick, eat it.
Eat it.
Do you actually?
Is that all you were going to tell?
Yeah, but is there any more?
Was there more?
Also a shrapnel explosive.
Surely you interrupt Ricky. He's like, guys, it's divination magic. Cool.
Oh, look, eat it. Let's
Looking
fly.
through it.
Say no more.
Oh, sorry, more information. It's also a mini nuke.
Yeah.
Spicy.
It's a diuretic that also dissolves into razor blades.
Oh, the splat.
That's all right, Wolfie. Thank you for being on.
Oh.
So, essentially, if you use its divination magic, it will expire. It will use its arcane charge and be inert.
Do I know what its divination magic is?
What level spell slots do you have up to?
6.
Yes. You have heard of powerful divination sorcery. Some pretty strong stuff. And you hear people, they brag about what they can learn from magic. This is, in essence, the spell Legend Lore.
Oh, okay.
Is something that you can utilize.
Yeah, I can cast that.
Yeah, which is why you would recognize the divination, like the symbols, the everything about it. So did anyone else need me to read it out, or, I mean, you can look at it in your own time, I guess.
Everything about the thing, right?
Not as straightforward as that, but in essence, yeah.
Yeah, it'll do.
The DM get back on track. You crazy party spell.
Isn't that Gears?
Yes.
Yeah,
An NPC with gears and suggestion.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, if it's gonna lose it when we use it, we should.
Probably use it right away.
We'll have a good think about what we want to use it for.
Ask it how to turn through and back. Wait, no.
Greater restoration. Damn it, I knew that.
What's the weather
Wasted!
This planet experiences no weather.
So
That felt like a waste.
Maybe if there's anywhere on this planet that has like nearest wish.
Well, I was more thinking, do we use it for like Trishan?
describe a
Yeah.
person, place, or object.
Yeah, Trishan's probably a good one.
Asima.
The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing that you named. The lore might consist of tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that isn't widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information.
So we could do Trishan, we could do Shothragot.
The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the info you receive.
Okay.
The info you learn is accurate but might be couched in figurative language.
We could do
That's about all you need to know.
The whatchamacallit.
Shadow Cavalry.
Yeah, but more so the actual prophecy, the prophecy of Iqthar. Because then we might learn, oh, there's a part 2 and it's how to undo it. You know?
Isn't that kill them all?
Well, yeah, but maybe
was
there's
my
like
plan.
a kill them all and arrange their bones in a semicircle.
I was doing
I
that
hadn't
anyway.
thought of that.
You know, like
Okay, is playing in the blood part of it as well? Because that was number 3 on the list.
I was making a necklace, man. In a circle.
Like, we could do something like that, or prophecy of Iqthar, Shothragot, Trishan, Ray Ragor, because he was,
He had something to do with the baddies.
yeah.
He was very much involved with like the shadow coterie sort of side of things because he had to make the choice between.
Yeah.
So pick a big question that we have and get it at least somewhat answered.
Sorry, the
Origin of
what do you call it?
pickled
Wawa
eggs.
bean.
Yeah. Who first
Give me-
pickled an egg?
That is legend lore.
It does not get more legendary than that.
The egg barons of the south.
Do we want to use it maybe tomorrow morning when Thurin's back? But I feel like it probably should be.
I
Probably
think because
try
we
one.
know that.
Well,
I think
I'll
we know that the
within the 24
Asama.
hours. What? Well, pass it within 24 hours and we can ask then.
Right.
I think because
I
we
mean,
are
I did
aware at
not
this
use
point
it,
in
I
time
just-
that the Asama is the key that all of these bad dudes are linking to.
feel
That
like-
we should probably learn about
The more we know about Trishan and the Asma and
killing the Asama and whatever.
Who tries on?
Yeah, do we even know
I
that?
think we learned the name because we
We learned about
to-
them going to the jungle, but that was it.
no, because we talked
We
to
learned
what's it called about it.
Corridor?
Yeah, Kodada.
Right, well, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What about Wally and his wandering wares?
Actually,
Scry?
I could.
We couldn't message him because I think it was like a
Because he's just some trick fae. Sells cursed items.
demonic cock rings.
I mean, did you even pay for those?
Demonic cock rings. I think you just sell yourself.
Like for Wally's items, did we even pay money?
Yeah,
we did.
They were very cheap though.
they were discount,
But they were weirdly cheap because they're cursed.
which you were like, sweet, a bargain.
Well, they weren't exactly cursed. They were just exactly what they said they were.
Yeah.
They were just.
They were
They
very,
did exactly what they said on the tin.
very explicit.
That magic key was literally just a key that was magic.
Yep.
That was it.
Oh man, there were some fun ones.
Dwarf Slayer.
Oh, that was so close. I can't believe you saved that. You've done some clutch saves when you need to.
That was the
Otherwise,
first time I actually hit a dwarf with it.
yeah, and you would have been a Duragar forever. I was just like, oh no, it's
That would
happening.
have been funny.
We've been so shocked. And so
I
still
think
loving
if it was stuck in that way through it, would have literally just run off into the Underdark.
Yep,
killed as many
disappeared.
dragons as possible.
Start new character. Theoden disappeared. Never saw again.
We became the
Or
food
the-
slayer of the Underdark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sword and silver beard.
So as you,
You got a lid.
Theoden. What color is his beard? Silver.
It's all over my tusk.
Theoden Dick Tusk. We love him.
For my long rest, I'd like to just meditate on the carpet 10 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Can
So-
I tie myself in like a hammock under the carpet? Connecting to the carpet and to Theoden? Just run a rope over it with like a ball.
Now I'm with you.
support
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. I mean,
Because then the
make a survival check,
Then the thingamabobby don't.
but only let me see the number. Well, that's not bad.
24
Oh, jeez.
Solid. So,
or whatever the thing is.
yeah, a hammock hanging under a carpet. Yeah, sure. What are you using as a hammock?
God, there's good quality. No, I don't.
No, I got rid of them. Damn it.
I've got a.
They would have come in use.
I've got my swap shot Lumberweed cloak.
That'll work.
Well, it's Ricky's actually, but
Don't tell Ricky that. I'm gonna sleep in it now.
Big fit for you.
yeah, it's like
It's a hammock,
like
yeah.
coming off the thing.
Yeah, they dragging along
Yeah.
behind you like a beast. So,
The hook keeps slipping over Kincaid's little face.
so cute.
He's really adorable for just an awful thing.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, is someone taking watch?
I'll watch.
Theoden's got this.
Nothing bad here.
Yeah,
I just
that's-
think we'll be fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Then, yeah, no.
Campfire stories.
Ricky, where are you sleeping?
I've nestled up into Theoden's arms. If he's like this, like sleeping in a tree branch.
Yeah,
Like a
so-
little papoose.
So he's holding his sword like this, and you just
Yeah. Have around his neck like a little scarf.
lovely.
Into his mouth.
It's done.
I mean,
wake
you're
up
pretty
like a
stretchy. You
tunnel
can
of
arrange. You can sort of
Yeah.
drape yourself over the first
Yeah.
fantastic.
I feel like you'd be like a ragdoll cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was picturing.
You're essentially a liquid. So, Ricky, I'll need you to roll. As the vibrations every so often, you feel them tremor through Theoden into you. Yeah, con, sorry.
I am not your vibrator.
Crit for 25.
Lovely. You feel so cozy, snuggled in big Papa Theoden's arms. Nothing will hurt you.
Never slept this well.
No one had approached this thing. It's literally bearing a weapon. Beautiful. So, let's roll some dice.
Just thinking if something happens and Varys just takes off and Kincaid just
Getting dragged behind the
wrapped up
carpet.
in like a little papoose.
I can show you the world.
Yeah, but he's screaming the whole time.
Kincaid looked like a wait no if Jasmine
Mm.
looked like
Jazzcade. That's
like
what
a
the-
horrible little Russian teenage mutant ninja turtle was on fire,
But really cute.
but weirdly
But is he?
kind of.
Yeah. So, I rolled the same number twice. It was complete middle of the road. 10 and 10. You don't encounter anything. You do hear the vehicles every few hours just rumble by. But you are undisturbed for the long rest. Now, do you change your spells?
you should not.
I figured
You should not have asked.
for the sake of moving forwards, so that Stephen.
going, you fucking.
We do stuff the next day. It's like, how are you going to take it back? And Kincaid's
How long do you think that we can go before I have to tell them? You're just like, yeah, I'm just having a really slow morning, you know.
So we discovered at the AI library, Eternal Song is the ebb and flow of good and evil throughout the world. The gods were born as Asmar and died to become the Myriad. Last Asmar known was Trishan, last seen during the Shoth Wars. And that's what we got from one of the books.
Cool.
So we do know Trishan exists,
Yeah.
and he was the last known Asmar. So we could theoretically use the thing legend lore about Trishan.
Hey, before
Yeah.
I go to sleep, could
Why
I
not?
cast Dispel Magic on Thuridin and see if that works?
Sure. It does not.
It would have been funnier.
Yeah.
I can't spell it.
No.
I'm trying to sleep here. I'm going
I use my racial trait
Yeah.
just to counterspell it.
Eat your spell. You are not getting rid of my bed. 6 in the morning. I need to sleep.
Okay.
I'm cozy in here. Yeah, you attempt it, but the magic of the deck being undone by a simple dispel magic, you're like, yeah, worth a try. But you didn't expect it.
No.
So, there's a certain point. It's dark. Unfamiliar stars in the sky. And then all of a sudden, blinding, bright, white light. It's immediate daytime. And you just, oh,
God, I hate that.
I can't wait to be on to the next planet.
I don't like this one. I can't eat the robots. What's a planet?
I don't know, but I'm on it.
nice.
I'm pretty sure.
You mean plane? Like plane of existence?
No, I'm pretty sure some Norman guy wrote a book about stars, and they have.
I didn't read that
floating
one.
around them.
Too many of the pages were
They have
stuck together.
exceptional bodies. Oh, man.
Moons.
Two big juicy moons.
Thanks, Norman.
And his nephew.
I miss him. He was so dumb. But you awaken, having changed your spell preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got lesser again.
I just unprepared and re-prepared lessons.
Two lessers make a greater, right?
Oopsie.
So, Thura, I assume this would be one of the first things you do.
You would assume.
You would assume that, wouldn't you?
Make it choppy and have some pickled eggs.
Look, he doesn't know.
It's true, he's very unaware. It's blissful though. It's kind of nice not having anything. No sensory.
Oh yeah, hang on. Right.
Nothing to
before he
enjoy.
goes, I like to tie Thurin's feet together with rope.
You just tie rope around this statue leg.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, everything of him is stone, so you could tie the rope around the stone feet.
Like tie it around one foot, tie it around another sort of thing, and then just waste as much rope as humanly possible, so that basically if he tries to walk, it falls over.
Wait, have shoelaces?
And it was a 26 on slide.
Did they
didn't.
exist? And follow-up question, if not, how did people do up their shoes? Were all shoes gumbo?
I
Velcro.
think they were all slip-on.
I think it was Velcro, yeah.
Buttons weren't invented until Victorian England.
They use zippers.
Guys, this is a magical place, okay? It's freaking magic.
They're all in their gumboots.
They're all magic
You
shoes.
can't even wear shoes.
Well, no, but you guys can.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm curious.
It's got them in my size. I don't know what the...
So, are you casting it?
Yes.
You're casting as Varys ties some rope around Thura's feet.
Yeah, wait. Before we cast it, we could set up like a really funny scene for him to come back to.
Okay.
Wait, should you leave the room? Or is this a waste of time?
Waste of time.
Gotcha.
I disguise self as Theoden, and I'm like, quick, put some fake blood on me, and I'm just laying in front of him as himself covered in blood.
Well, what about if we...
Too late, I'm here.
No,
No.
we disguise you as...
Go, do it.
We like, make you stomp. And so you're like in the pause, and he comes back, and he's like, wait, but there's another me! Just dead.
So he's doing that anyway, except he's dead.
Yeah, I'm him,
But this way you're a statue.
Man, you guys' pranks suck.
I'm him, but I'm dead.
Well,
I like the chiseling in the dick.
Chisel
give
thing.
him a cock nose, but no.
But no, cocknose is too far.
No, it's sneezing.
It would be hilarious. Ricky, can I please borrow the chisel?
Hey, I left it in my backpack all night and just went to sleep.
Greater restoration.
Come here, you bastard!
Ow.
What happened? Not you, the other Theoden. Wait, he's dead, he can't answer.
Alright, Ricky, get up.
I mean, you got 19 intelligence. You're just like,
Get up, Ricky. Why am I... Oh,
That's not Ricky, it's you can tell from the way...
Put him back into stone.
That's fair. Can I shove him in the back so he trips over?
you turn to stone and you're like, ah. You would probably want to lay down. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Anyway, we've got a full day of travel ahead of us. So,
I jump on him and noogie his head.
Welcome back.
Get up. Are you ready?
It's like you were carrying some small interdimensional being all night.
Purring.
So, what happened to the robot?
We destroyed it.
Robert?
We destroyed it.
The Robert.
We beat it in combat.
That's it.
Sadly, it dropped no loot.
Next question.
You know, we won and so
Yeah.
what?
Why are you humming, Ricky?
Just having.
Why are there waves on you?
I can see.
Nice Kincaid stomach coming. It's the real
Why
answer.
is his shell rattling?
So like loose change.
Why is Kincaid purring?
You're making biscuits in Ricky's whatever he is.
Sludge.
It's daytime.
Yes.
You have not had the effects of a long rest.
Yeah, I'm going to use 20 lay on hands on me.
Okay, legend lore. Before we forget about it or lose it,
Just do it.
should we just try shine it up?
Yeah.
What do we try, Sean?
So we cut out Harmonic's heart, and it's a thing that lets us cast legend lore once.
Turns out he had a Wawa being for a heart.
Yeah.
What's a wow?
I forgot he was a bit sheltered.
If you don't already know.
I don't know, mate. Oh my god. How do you get them all on a rope?
Like, you know those little toy cars that you pull the zip cord up of? Gonna make it go.
Oh, like those Beyblades when you let it rip?
Why does it rip?
Wait, you're Beyblade?
No, not rip like that.
National champion of, colored, but yeah.
the Hirian
The
champion.
heritage.
The Herian champion Beyblades.
Alright, Ty, do you have your notes ready?
No, hold on.
Because I'm definitely not going to ask about Trishan, I'm going to ask about...
Tell us about
Gimrick.
Well, that's the other kind of thing. I'm like, there's so much unknown random crap about Shothragot that I'm like, we don't have the full all right answers.
Shoth could be a red herring, or he can be behind the whole Asimar thing, and this is his plan to come back to existence.
About.
So, finding out about him would be beneficial in one way or the other.
But also, the gods already told us that one beam of red light that we couldn't see who it went to was the Asimar. They already confirmed that.
I think that's I think
So I feel like
it's the
we
most
know that
important thing we
Asimar
need
is
to know about.
involved.
Yeah, we know that the Asimar is behind whatever happened.
Yeah, we just don't know whether that Asimar is related in any way to Shothragot.
Yeah, I reckon Asimar is probably the best.
Okay.
Maybe Trishan specifically, because we don't care about the... I mean, like, we do, but we more specifically care.
But he was the last known Asimar. The current Asimar.
But yeah, I feel like Trishan was the one that was
The last known, but for all we
Yeah.
know, he could have been like killed and then somehow Shoth like took over and created a new Asimar or some shit. I don't know.
Let's give it a crack.
But yeah, Trishan, let's hit it.
give it a crack. Alright, yeah. Trishan. Yeah,
Murder some more robots, find some more Wawa beans.
So, remembering the more information you already have about the thing, the more precise.
It wasn't Asimar, his name was Trishan.
Name or describe a person, place of... So you name a person. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. Okay. The thing you name, Trishan. Does anyone speak Celestial? Or understand Celestial?
Yep. Draconic.
I can speak Celestial.
I don't think so.
Trishan in Celestial means the three-pointed star. Trishan was a staunch supporter of Sal, the creation being.
What's his name? Sal.
Yes, A-L. And he spread his knowledge and support of Sal with zeal and devotion. So much so that he ritualistically scarred his face to reflect the fervour with which he supports Sal. In his... It's not resurrection, but in his
Reincarnation?
his stint on the material plane. I mean, all Asimar are born to eventually die. But he came in contact with Shothragot. And his devotion changed. And the last part of the legend lore that you would learn is his last location was in the ruins of the Diamond Temple which became known as Shothendir. His fortress, his citadel, Shothragot's place on the material plane. That was the last place Trashan was ever seen.
What? How do you spell the place? Shothen.
Shoth, Endir. That is what legend lore gives you.
A lot of past tense.
Yeah. So maybe he is dead.
The one word will find out.
Or maybe he was killed but kept from like leaving the mortal plane.
Well, I mean, if it's... Yeah.
As you activate,
You might be on this plane somewhere. Though.
Yeah.
as you activate the magic that gives you this information, the stone becomes inert. There is no longer any arcane nature to it.
And now you can eat it, okay? Have a dog like jump and be there. I press the station to make it taste like pickled eggs.
But it come out like a pickled egg.
Like a bullet from a gun.
What's a gun?
Yes. Great question.
It's the total word for anus.
And bullet is the total word for shit.
For bullet.
Wow.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah,
so-
nice.
bit of legend lore.
So you switched allegiance to Shoth's side.
Yeah. So he joined Shothy Boy as
Well,
the legend
that
goes.
you don't know. That is an assumption.
Yeah, so
Did you
his faith like changed.
His devotion
His
changed.
devotion changed to Shothragott.
No.
Never said that.
Sorry.
So we assume,
Right.
yeah, it might have changed to the Diamond
Right, he
Temple.
came to
God.
contact with Shoth and his devotion changed.
Zarthaxides. He might worship bread now.
Ooh,
I mean, who wouldn't?
Wyatt.
Bread.
Wyatt, actually.
Right.
Big boy.
I forgot. I should have done
did
some
they go?
scryings like before we went to sleep yesterday.
Ah, that's alright.
So his
That's a shame.
contact with
remember
Shothragott
Restoration
and his
after the big
devotion changing isn't necessarily
No, you didn't.
mutually
I
exclusive.
reminded you.
It's just
Well,
after the event, his devotion
That
to
would have been so funny.
Sal changed.
Yeah,
Very funny.
yeah, not necessarily too Shothy,
But it changed after meeting Shoth. Maybe to Shoth's god or something.
or maybe Shoth showed him he'd already killed Sal. Anyway, do you have breakfast beads, Kincaid? Breakfast berries?
Oh, good
Not Wawa bins.
for breakfast. Boy, this desert's really getting to you.
Oh yeah, cast good berry.
Kill. Everyone has this tiny little morsel.
I
You
have
feel
three.
sad.
It's a good berry.
Oh, you get the rounds. It doesn't block you up. It flushes you out.
Oh god.
It's not good.
You can fly without wings on that baby.
At this point, water is an issue.
I can create water.
Did the
Do so.
the dwarves had water?
Yeah, the dwarves had water.
But I also created water yesterday. I created food and drink in the
Yep.
thingo, so we would have filled our skins and stuff.
Yeah, so a full day has passed. Since then.
I still have water.
Oh yeah, you had quite a large period of not needing to drink. And you don't feel a day older.
Can you make some water for me, please?
Because at this point you are in a desolate, dry, arid wasteland.
Right, everyone, move aside. Create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water
Into what?
on the ground or in containers in range. So I guess like get
Get
your
water skin.
get your water skins out.
Skins.
Beautiful. So you top everyone off.
Corpse of harmonics. Get some.
Yeah.
For
Take his
what?
head, hold it out. It's a big
Take his head and put it upside down. That's a bucket.
Wait, no, oh, wait, I've got the magic chisel. Just find a big rock and I'll chisel at it.
Yeah, it's
Hollow.
a bunch of stone cups.
It's got a big rock.
Nice.
Fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can wash our heads.
Oh, I can take a bath finally.
Okay, let's drink from it. Ah, he's already in.
Come on in.
Oh, there's yes.
Oh, it's warm.
That's all Kincaid.
Why is it overflowing?
Can you make
Stop.
We're just on the edges with straws, like, oh, I don't want to think about this.
Can you make more water now, please?
Water's eggy.
I'm sad.
That's what prestidigitation is for.
Yeah.
It only goes so far.
Yeah. Does it really work?
Cubic pounds. There's lots of water. There's more than 5 cubic
Thank you,
pounds
Wolfie.
of eggy in the water.
So,
Okay, so we water up, food up. Oh, why did I eat that good berry when you just made all this gorgeous food?
It's not. Well,
it's not gorgeous, it's very plain, but you could make it.
I could make
It's
it.
palatable.
unseasoned.
I just had to.
What was it? Boiled chicken? No. It was something like that.
It's something like that.
Some just bland.
More like
condiments.
Oh, what was that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that.
Yeah. So
And just pasta noodles, but like no sauce or anything.
Yeah, boiled chicken and pasta noodles. No, I would.
It's carbs and protein.
I would kill a man for a pinch of salt right now.
An ounce of flavour, my kingdom, for an ounce of flavour.
Why couldn't we have gone to Flavor Town instead of making
Guy Fieri just pops out of nowhere.
That place.
Sure. How far are we from the entrance to the tunnel?
He travelled about 3 hours away from the dwarven mine.
Because there'll be 45 pounds of food there that expires within 24 hours.
Sucks. Just,
Oh, it only lasts 24 hours.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, they'll survive.
Well,
I hope they ate their fill.
Yeah.
I mean, they're dwarves, so probably.
Alrighty. Watered, fed, Legend Lord.
Rested-ish.
Let's windwalk.
Imagine the latrine.
Yeah,
Should we
it's
go
all
check
based on
out
progress.
the...
Dwarven tunnel right
It's
there.
in the same direction.
Is it in the same direction, the tinkling that he saw?
Yeah.
Oh, well, how far away was that?
Hard to gauge.
Far.
Okay, because
We'll
it's like
just-
the only thing about the windwalk is we have to stop and drop it to do anything, and then we'd have to recast it if we were to keep going. We could do it over 2 days and just go to this next point of interest, or we could just skip over it.
Don't know if the city's closer or the point's closer.
The point will be closer than the city, because I think...
I don't think we can see the city just
Oh,
yet.
okay. Well
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Haven't seen the
5
city yet.
days travel for them.
How fast do you move when you windwalk?
600 feet.
Faster than they do by about 5 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was about 5 days travel for them to Metronis.
So a day.
So it's a day travel for us.
Yep.
Yeah, go and have a look, and then we still have a fair chunk of time.
Yeah. We'll go to the glint and then we can just, I guess, travel as fast as possible normally.
And we'll get like to within relatively close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the end of the day.
Because we'd want a long rest before we get into Metronis, just in case we jump in.
True,
And
we want you to be healthy.
We just took a long rest.
but I'm saying, like, we want to...
We're all good.
Some of us long
We want
rested.
to chill before, just in case, you know, shit hits the fan the moment we get there.
Someone turns into a statue again.
Just in case. Directive 17901E.
Yeah.
Kicks off.
We
17901.
Through it, and all of a sudden, your brain. No.
Destroy.
And it'd be Garrus more than anyone with the
Yeah,
Yeah, with the
probably.
robot
The robot
he
dragon.
can speak dialogue.
bits. I don't know.
None of you were there, so you have no idea.
Oh.
Did it sound like this?
Did it sound? I mean, maybe. I wasn't there, but maybe.
I didn't see the dragon, but I've heard one talk like that.
And I can speak Draconic.
That's someone who was fluent in Draconic.
It didn't sound like that. So, you are casting Windwalk.
Yep.
Nice.
Takes a minute to cast.
Okay. So in the very stiff breeze that blows constantly here, you all begin to feel caught up in sort of the air current as Kincaid is chanting with his two staves.
He's just walking around going, wah, 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 wah.
That's how he casts it for a minute. He's crab walking around in a circle.
Do, 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 do. And after a minute, you'll become essentially air
After
elementals.
5 seconds, you're wondering if it's really working.
If this is an actual spell. Has he done it to us again?
Is he taking the
How
piss?
many times do you think Kincaid's done that over the course of the
Here, guys, I've got a spell for
It'll
that.
take a minute to cast, and then, like, after 2 minutes, you just
Why are you going into your shell? Finish the spell already, damn it. And you're like... Classic Kincaid strikes again.
Now, this one takes 8 hours to cast. We can't go anywhere or do anything.
He's so
and
committed.
You can't talk or you guys all face that way. I'm gonna be behind you. We turn around. He's fallen asleep like fishing.
So, you all become air elementals of sort. And do you take off immediately?
I assume so.
Yeah, why not?
So, it lasts for 8 hours, is that correct?
Correct.
And we're going to the point of interest to Barrisaur.
Sure.
Oh, we can't even make it there in a day either way.
Mm-hmm.
Could it take us a day traveling at this speed to get to Metronis? But we can only travel 8 hours anyway, so we can get a third of the way.
Yeah, we can't travel for 24. It lasts,
Yeah.
and I can only cast it once. It's my sixth, it's burning my 6th level spell.
So we can just make
Well,
it
and it
pretty much
depends what a
third of the
day
way.
means to the robots as well. It might mean a week to them.
Yeah.
Classic,
Times the construct and so are the robots.
classic conversion of day equals week. Yeah.
They're robots. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how they work. So, you become air and you... And it's exhilarating. You probably haven't ever traveled that fast. 600 feet.
Can we talk?
Read the spell, I guess.
Cloud.
Cloud. Moisture condensation.
Duration appearing as wisps of cloud. While in this cloud form, you have a flying speed of 300 feet, resistance to damage from non-magical weapons. The only actions a creature can take in this form are the dash action, or to revert to its normal form.
So you
It takes a
cannot
minute.
speak the only action?
Yeah, it's just
Is
the
it
only
an
action.
action?
Is
Yeah.
the dash action. It means like game actions.
Combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reverting takes a minute, during which time a creature is incapacitated and can't move. Yeah.
Okay. Sure thing. So, blasted. And it's, yeah, again, it's great. You've never, potentially when you traveled on the back of,
Madrid.
yes, Phaedrus from
Telling
there back to Glendaltha. That's probably the fastest you've ever gone. But this is,
Close.
yeah, and you're not on anything, it's just you. You just see the wind and become it.
people, this is faster.
Yeah.
600 foot.
Yeah,
This is how fast we were falling from.
Whaleville.
No, from well, from Whaleville, but from Wolfbine.
Oh yeah, of
600
course.
feet.
Uh-huh.
Seconds. This is how fast we were falling.
Yeah, so,
But this time we're going that way, not that way.
Yeah.
which is much nicer. So, how high up are we traveling?
Couple of 100 feet?
Yeah.
Pick a number.
Would we still see the ground from
300.
400 feet?
Yeah, 300.
300?
I mean, below the clouds, I guess, so we can actually still see. But
Are there even clouds?
There,
Yeah.
there aren't clouds.
There aren't even
We're
clouds.
the
in this
only
thing.
clouds in this sky.
Sweet.
Again,
300.
yeah, you don't. There's no moisture around, so it's not really a water cycle.
Can we speak?
Well,
Yeah.
I was about to be like, nah, because we're clouds. And I was like, yeah, but then if we're taking that literally, we also can't see or do anything.
We don't have a circulatory system
Yeah,
either.
you just go in a direction until you have to revert to figure out
Yeah,
to become.
I'd say sure you can speak with each other in
comically
wind
voice.
voice. Yes.
everything's a lisp.
While you're traveling, is there anything you want to be?
Hey, tough. My spirit to Metronis.
My Star Wars collectibles.
It's a bit moist up here.
It's very welcome to you. It's very hard to concur voice and also lists.
Don't even try.
I just speak into people's brains. Still have the lisp though.
Just to make them feel
Something,
comfortable. So as you're traveling from fairly high up, you're afforded quite a good view. You see sort of mountains here and there. You see rocky outcrops and all manner of, gullies and crevasses and that sort of stuff. Lots of sand, lots of nothing. If you look out sort of to the left of where you're traveling, you can sort of see it just stretches off endlessly into a desolate, like a wasteland, as you were told. And doesn't look to be very fun or exciting. Just kind of looks like nothingness. As you're traveling, after a few hours, the point of light that Varys noticed, I mean, that's what you're heading towards, and it begins to become more visible, at least. It is large. The fact that you could see it from where you were was kind of an indication of how big it actually is. And you get to within, 2Ks maybe. You can see, similar to what's on the front of each of the tracked mining units, that small light, which just appears to be a same sort of thing but on a gargantuan scale, stretches for kilometers, and it appears to be diffusing light up into the sky.
Is this like the anti-dragon cannon?
Sound turrets.
From what you can see, and looking directly at it, especially for a drow or anyone with dark vision really, you will become blinded if you look at it directly. Sort of shielding your eyes or putting on your Hyrian glass mask, you can make out the shape of, essentially, just picture kilometers long floodlight, like just an enormous floodlight.
Is it like pointing up?
Yeah,
Is this possibly what makes the sun?
possibly. You notice that light here functions differently, and it's very sudden when it starts.
Yeah.
There isn't a sun, so
Yeah, maybe the floodlights turn on reflective sort of thing around.
Did we just find the sun?
It is. What can we do with it? How do we make money from robbing the sun?
How do we profit?
Solar energy.
Do you
Death
think
laser.
Sarthaxes would like to eat it?
so this is about,
Crew using it as a weapon.
I'd say this is about 6 hours in of traveling at
we may as well
exceptional
stop there.
speed.
If we're about to...
He's just doing your under notes.
Yeah, sorry, yes. Yeah, like if we're about to run out anyway, we may as well stop and investigate the giant sun.
You want to stop and check it out, guys?
About to run out. You've still got 2 hours.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Oh, we're like
It's up to you.
three.
Oh, there's such wet clouds.
It's the first structure we've seen in a while. Ever since.
Slash.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah.
well, yeah, I'm easy either way.
Yeah, we'll pull over.
Well, that's
Hello.
and then just
I love it.
you've just immobilized for a minute while you slowly condense back.
As you
I want to imagine it's like a really painful process of like regrowing all your bones.
Like Dr. Manhattan out of Watchmen backwards. Like except the skeleton is screaming the entire time as its flesh and bones are slowly added back to it.
Back together.
oh, this is awful.
Oh, hi guys. Like they have no recollection of that part of the smell.
We don't know. The people watching it just like,
Oh my god!
I knew teething was bad for babies, but when your adult teeth all come through in an instant,
All your marshmallows
Like this
pop
man's
out.
skin just melted. He just stood there in sunlight, just screaming for like a solid 30 seconds. He turned into a cloud. What the fuck kind of magic was that?
What? How long does it take to turn back? Sorry.
Minutes.
A minute. Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, 30 seconds of a skeleton with no skin screaming is entirely possible.
So it says something about like you float down to the ground or
in
something.
the sky.
That's if the flying effect ends. So if it either
Cool.
runs out or it gets dispelled or something,
Yep.
you kind of better fall down.
Cool.
But you can
But
just
we can-
fly down and stop.
Yeah, we
No worries.
just landed.
So you spend a minute and slowly. At this point, you've been stoned for a bit. You've been air for a bit. You're getting kind of over changing
I can help you with the fire. And you can help you with the water.
Go to heart and go planet.
Yep.
Huh?
Oh
We
man.
had the heart. You should have beaten it.
Oh,
What heart?
The hard
The heart
Volgokoth.
of,
Oh, good
Was he
heart.
cased in like a bunch of crystals?
What?
We
No,
tried.
I meant the Wawa bit.
That's the heart of the.
Ah.
It's alright.
I mean,
you, can,
also,
you can
actually-
fish it out of your stool when you're done with it, right?
Oh, we all have to.
It's communal.
It'd be like sisterhood of traveling pants.
So what's a traveling
Much-
Wawa being?
Much more disturbing.
Just so much worse. Wait, no, you just go up to someone, you hand it to them, and say, cast legend lore on this.
see where it's
They just like get a vision and gouge their eyes out.
Oh, it's
This is how we
legendary,
get
you're
shot,
right.
regard. We've heard your reputation. Here.
Yahtzee.
If you want to be quarterly, you have to swallow.
So, as you become not human for any of you, but yes, as you become not made of air, you're a few k's away. Now, at this point, all perception checks will be made with disadvantage. Simply because you are in the proximity, a few k's away, from a literal sun. And it's just shielding your eyes so that you can even see where you're walking. It is exceptionally bright. What would we like to do?
I put 2 eye patches on.
I knew this would come in handy. I've got 8 more.
Said I was bad. Can guide several steps ahead, baby.
Can I poke little holes in these?
If you want, it'll sort of ruin the.
Defeats the purpose.
The eye patchiness.
It might filter some light through and not, make me blind the whole way there.
Probably won't filter well through the hole.
Hold still anyway.
Let's find out.
So, is everyone putting on eye
I would
patches?
like to if I can.
I mean, you've got sunglasses.
Well, yeah, I'd like to bandage my freaking eyes first, and then put the glasses over the top, and then put the hood over that, and maybe I can.
Walk backwards.
Yeah, maybe I can muddle through like that.
The whole time Rash is going there, just.
Having a moonwalk.
It's part of the disguise.
And I mean,
Yeah.
does Ricky have eyes?
Yeah.
Can he just suck
just
them
put a small
internally
film
and
over
just
Yeah, I just
buy a feel for a bit?
Put the film over the top. I just bring it,
Yeah.
recess them into my skin a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
how how some people can retract their testicles. You just suck your eyes back into your head. That's just 2 empty sockets.
That's not disturbing at all.
2 little empty eye bags.
Oh,
Where's the bags?
Your eyes pull out and they go into where the scrotes were.
So it's like a whole delivery system internally for the eye marble, is what you're telling me?
It's the bloody boiled chicken all over
On
again.
rails or something?
Yeah, Ricky's just got a pinball machine.
Yeah, I'm a robot.
yeah, it's like a desk drawer.
Further questions, Your Honor?
Every day as you take in whatever Ricky is.
Oh, when we
I
update
really
that photo,
underestimated dwarves. I knew I should have taken that elective at medical school.
Dwarves. Yeah. So, shielding eyes, walking so that you can just see what you're doing. What are we going to do?
Investigate it.
I have no idea. What the hell are we doing here?
Turn the hell off.
Well, I mean, we could break it.
Wow, that seems like a good idea, right? I'm sure nobody would notice.
No
And
repercussions.
it would actively help us in some way, probably.
I mean, you want me to just shoot at it? Well, it's a couple of k's away.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't shoot at it from here.
Alright, well, let's run up to it.
Fair enough. A couple of k's of sprinting at full speed, completely unable to see.
In the sand.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Ricky,
Alright,
I have some notes on your plan. After 20 minutes now.
Run forward.
I'm not enjoying it.
At this point, you're all like, oh, I've got wings! Running in the
That
sand.
can turn into cloud.
Yeah. Well, oh, yeah, can you change back for the next?
Yeah, so for 8 hours, you can spend a minute to re-cloud or a minute to de-cloud.
Okay,
At will, as long as you've got a minute to spare.
Yep.
I mean, was
Deal
it
with
blinding my cloud eyes?
Yeah, well, I mean,
It doesn't change your sense of vision, so yeah.
unless we're gonna like stop and do something, I'm happy to just re-cloud and go now that we
Yeah.
kind of figured out it's the sun.
I can't really think of it. Like, I want to do something with it, but I can't think
don't
of
know what we
anything
would
that
do
would.
with
Yeah, we could go and investigate it at night.
Did
Yeah,
it just look like floodlights?
no,
it's
just a giant spotlight.
Huge, like kilometers in length. You can't see the
Like
other
a
side of
solar
it.
farm, but it's all one big thing.
Yeah.
Imagine what
Well,
like a
you're not
building.
sure because you're just like, I can't even look at it.
You know what a solar farm was?
Yeah.
I would
I think
equate
it was
to
like
this.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to just re-cloud up and go for another
Sure.
2 hours.
For another couple of hours, yeah.
So you just take a little breather for a second. You're like, I can't even.
This is not fun.
Garrus is like, it's fine if you bandage your eyes.
Yeah. Look the other way.
Don't look.
Yeah, just don't have eyes.
Yeah. So
Did it look like there was a building or anything attached to it? Or not?
really hard to tell.
There's a big light, I can tell you that much.
That's about all you can really tell.
We wait around for a while for it to maybe turn off.
Well, it only 6 hours ago ish turned on. So you're not sure how long you have to wait.
Well, I mean, yeah, we only do have 2 hours more of cloud travel.
It's sort of interesting, but I don't think we care.
Yeah,
That's fine.
not enough to
Not
waste top of the priority list.
Another 2 hours towards Metronis.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Zip, zip.
So you re-cloud.
You guys
Fly-
were clouding, you didn't
flying
have to zip zip.
Hey guys, did you zip?
Did you zip zip?
So flying over it is even worse. You're just... You can't even see where you are going, and you are blinded as you fly over it. So you fly as fast as you can. It takes a little while to get past it. And once you're out the other side, you're like,
200 meters.
yeah,
So that we can do 200 meters every 6 seconds.
yep.
There's 100 meters every 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So 2k's an hour.
Yep.
Wow, that's slow.
Can't people walk fast?
Yeah, that's I think your math's wrong there. But either way,
Might be not mathing here, my guy. Because it was 500 feet a second?
600 feet every 6 seconds.
So you worked it
So
out.
100 feet a second.
yeah.
So 30 feet a second.
No,
What?
30 meters.
Meters.
100 feet a second.
What just happened?
30 meters.
The light!
I meant the right thing, but I said the wrong
Yeah.
thing.
30 meters a second.
30 meters a second.
30
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 meters a second.
10 seconds is 300 meters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then
60 seconds.
1800 a minute.
Yep. So 1.8k.
A minute. Yep. That's a lot faster.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Another
That's where you went
60.
wrong.
It'll take us a minute to essentially get to it, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And then it
depending on how
Two,
long it
two
is.
minutes ish.
takes you about
3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes, somewhere in there, to fly past it. And you are blinded for the duration. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, I can see again. It's like behind me.
But I've got that weird after image
Yeah.
where I look.
Your retinas.
Awful. Sealed like two in the face.
Yes, we got back.
Watching Archer again.
As you blink away, the after glares that you've ingested, you can see structures. As you were getting closer, it was actually really hard to see past the light that's flooding up from the ground, but you can see quite a large city, in fact, which you would assume maybe Metronis.
how far in the distance is it?
Hey, look, it's Metronis.
It's Metronis.
791
Oh, yeah, do we just fly around doing that?
So, you get to the end of your 2 hours, still a while away. But
Oh, that's alright then.
you begun to sort of see the shape of something
Yeah.
in the distance.
Alright.
At that point, no more cloudiness.
Oh.
You eventually coalesce again on the ground. It's kind of exhausting. An 8-hour sprint at the speed of sound.
So, yeah, wow. That's a lot of movement we can do. 5 days worth of travel.
He's covered a lot of ground.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know we wanted to get through it into rest before we got there because he didn't get a long rest anyway, so it's kind of okay that we're a bit away.
Yep. And I mean, it has been 8 hours. We in caveman mode.
We can just wander forward towards it for a bit and then
Yep.
Spend a
then
couple
crash.
Sure thing.
Sounds
Fly
good.
forward for as long as possible.
At this point, you don't see a road anymore. The landmark that you were following doesn't appear to connect between the light source and
So
this city.
Is that its name?
Yes.
So the road that we're on ended at the light source essentially.
Yes.
So they're coming from the VMOs.
Maybe the light source is
Or maybe it just veers past the light source, but we couldn't see because it
Yeah.
was so bright.
Again, very difficult to view anything around this.
Unless that's where they're taking the coal.
Yeah, probably,
that's
actually,
what I
that
was
makes
thinking.
sense.
But they were coming from there with coal,
they
so.
might also go back there.
They take the bad coal back to the city to re-energize
The
it.
naughty
I
coal.
was thinking like they take the bad coal back to plant it in the ground and then it grows back
Yeah,
into good coal.
that was
so
coal
they can
seeds,
use it.
maybe.
Yeah, that seems.
The most.
I'm
Like-
what is coal?
I am retarded.
No, I'm weirdly smart. It's intelligence, baby, and that's without a hat or anything doing it. That's just all me.
It says that on paper, but if you drill through your own skull.
I never drove through my own skull.
It's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. That was just a bit of this Mango Daiquiri helmet I made on.
It kept on falling off when I was flying around with my wings.
What was I supposed to do? Use a chin strap?
Like a loser.
5mm drill bit and a couple of screws.
That's all I need.
Kincaid, is that your brain leaking out? No, that's daiquiri.
Daiquiri, you see?
That daiquiri walks into a wall.
Hey.
Whoop, better plug that up with more daiquiri.
Here's that great face. Oh, fully light brain.
Replacing your brain fluid with daiquiri.
Why not?
I mean, the math checks out.
I'm already 90% there.
Liquid.
It's all wet.
Says it's right here in this textbook of medicalness that I
I'm a
wrote.
doctor. All fluids are essentially interchangeable.
Yeah.
It's losing blood, doctor.
That ought to hold him.
We need a
Pass me
donut.
that beer.
Give me a milkshake and I will fill him back up.
Got some asparagus and some water.
So, this is what you're doing while you're walking until essentially you see the light beginning to dim far behind you now. But the sky gradually darkens as I call it the solar array, slowly gives off no light.
Can we see it better now? Like sort of this whole structure.
You've travelled a long way past it. 2 hours of 30 meters a second. And walked for, another 2 or 3. At a certain point, any place looks as good as any other out here.
Plunk down for the night.
Plonk.
I could turn into a giant badger and like dig us a little burrow.
Ooh, yeah.
Go on then. Might as well.
Live like a rabbit.
Just kind of dig like a nice little.
Latrine.
Like an owl.
Oh, okay. Straight down, and then...
Yeah, straight down.
Ricky's like,
Across.
I grew up around miners.
Everybody in. Don't break your ankles.
Where are the supports? What supports?
You see badgers putting in supports?
Great point. I have 5 wisdom. That sounds good to me.
I'm in.
I've been mining my entire life.
Grew up
Yes.
in a mine, born in a mine. My
What?
last name is literally Rock Splitter.
Supports vertical mine shaft.
I mean, checks out.
In the sand.
There is a reason why he became a musician.
Yeah, rocks and stuff.
Do I have enough wisdom to
Virtual mine shaft in the sand.
All I know is that if you dig straight down for too long, you'll fall in lava.
Yep.
But then if we all jump in the same straight whole line, we won't be able to get out because every time we try and dig out, we hit each other.
True.
Yeah, but then he'll turn into a badger and it's fine.
And then he'll dig straight up, and you're all good.
Yeah, we dig up. Stupid.
Right, of course.
In the sand.
Yeah, because when you dig up through the sand above you creates floor beneath you, so you're just like an elevator.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do people not do that?
Does no one know physics
That's all
here?
people
And
say.
the dwarves really overcomplicate this whole mining business.
Straight up, straight down.
Maybe I should have been a miner.
That's what it is.
Oh, that's just dumb enough.
So who's going first? Who wants the equivalent of the aisle seat? Who wants to be at the back of the tunnel inhaling gas? Because he hasn't got an air chimney or anything.
That would be right. It's just a little dugout.
Wait, how deep are you making this stupid tunnel?
So, like 15 feet?
Okay, that's fine.
Just 15 down.
Yeah, 15 across. Yeah.
Okay.
In the sand.
Yeah.
You hit rock before you go
It's-
across like that.
It takes you a while to dig through the sand. You're just sort of like, oh, it just keeps like sliding in.
The same spot, really.
And you're like, fuck, this doesn't work great. It takes him about 20 minutes, and you just see sand coming out. And you're
I
like,
think we should tell him no.
See how this pans out.
you just hear, badger, badger!
It's like, alright, as soon as Kincaid disappears beneath ground, we're all like, alright, well, see you in the morning.
I guess
I'm just gonna go to sleep.
I'll just snooze here.
The best part is, I was thinking, because it's a giant badger, I was like, oh yeah, so it would be like a 10 foot by 5 foot.
5-foot tunnel.
Because badgers naturally are this big.
So we can't even fit in.
Well, you can, you just gotta.
It's like I made this enormous thing we go down, it's about the size of a beach ball.
It's huge for Kincaid.
Yeah.
It's
Thurston's
really
like,
me.
guys.
I can get like
As
one
your arm crawling straight down to get down. It's a claustrophobic
Nightmare.
like get back up.
It's going to need to go to the bathroom, everybody out.
Just go at sand.
Do we just stack on top of each other?
Just do a hole.
Anytime someone wants to get out, we all have to get out and go on, and then come back down.
Someone has to pay.
Whoever's in the middle seat is a real pain in the ass. So yeah, I mean, you dig a 5 foot. Eventually, you move enough sand aside. It becomes this huge hole that he's dug because he needs to push away all of the sand nearby.
Cannot do much.
I feel like the rest we're already asleep up top.
It's been several hours.
At this point, we've like made a little hole in a rock. I've done create food and water again. We've had a bit of a meal.
The sand badger.
Just sweat.
I will do this for my friends.
Appreciate this.
It's got about 45 centimeters down.
He just hits bedrock and he's like,
I guess I'll go make another hole.
so eventually you would get past sand and get to sort of earth and you're like, finally, start digging. Dig something big enough for the crew to get in.
Come back and everyone's asleep.
And then the sand starts.
How long does your badgering
Oh,
last?
like
6 hours.
6? Yeah, you can get a few hours.
I'd probably do it for an hour and then he'd give up.
In reality,
Need a drink.
how long do you think he would badger and then he'd just be like, oh, this is way too hard.
10 minutes. And then
Like 2 handfuls of the sand sliding back in the same spot. It's like, no, it's impossible. Cannot be done.
I don't know how these
You must
badgers
too much
do
of
it. I'm powerful, but I'm not God.
That's impossible. No one
And then-
told you to do that.
and then I just play the song on my drum and drop the ground to the king.
Make a pit in a second. And he's just like,
Should have done that.
Badger.
You coming out of badger form, or are you gonna sit there like sullenly?
Sit in the corner like with the little badger claws.
Looking back over his shoulder at Ricky. Like go curl up, does like the cat thing, like go around a couple of times and then curls up just looking at Ricky.
Stink eye.
Close your eyes, cat. Badger. Close them, badger.
So, are we all resting in this pit?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll again float 10 feet off the ground on the carpet and that sort of thing.
So you're not even using the pit.
No, but it's in the pit because the pit's 15 foot, so
I'm 5 feet from.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you're 5 foot below surface
Providing
level.
some shade when the sun comes on in the morning.
Actually, under the mat.
There you go.
Lovely.
Yeah, Kincaid tries to sleep. The vibration thing happens a few times, like, oh, that's right, and goes and hammocks under the.
Yep.
Bruno's gonna try get Drokar's run.
Okay. All right. So, those of you not touching the ground will be able to fall asleep fine. Suspended off the ground, also fine. Make those con checks.
if you are meditating, +6,
7.
+7, 22.
Nice. Beautiful. It feels like it is getting harder to ignore each time.
Getting closer to this false.
And it does take you a bit. It just sort of like vibrates your entire exoskeleton in your case. And it's just so off-putting. You'd guess like maybe 10 minutes, you're not sure. But it's enough that just as you're drifting off, takes you a little while, but you get there. I'll get a concentration check with disadvantage. Purely because after a little bit, the vibrations going on is just so disruptive.
15.
You know what to do normally. This, I mean, location-wise as well. There's no trees, there's no nature. It's just kind of dirt. That coupled with the strange interruption. Unsuccessful. You're just sort of like, "Bah." The rest of them look like they've fallen asleep and you're like, all right,
Yes, I should snooze.
now I'll get a con save for you to attempt to fall asleep.
Nat 20.
That's more like it. You are so tired. You had, 24 hours as a stone. You were, I didn't say you're immune to exhaustion. So, like, you were alive.
Well, he was conscious. He was trapped
Yeah.
in a prison. He couldn't see, hear, smell, or feel anything.
Move
His
or
mind
speak.
Was perfectly capable. Not only that, his physical body didn't even need sleep. So his mind was just perfectly alert and
Yeah.
trapped in a hell he could not
Just
touch.
let me sleep, damn it. You realize, even with the vibration, you're just like, I'm so tired.
Honk shoe.
Plop. Next to the badger.
I love
Did he fall
myself
asleep
a
in badger
headache.
form?
That's good.
I think a burst of blood.
I don't know what.
Fill it
in
with
the
more
sand
mango
just,
factory.
just really got me.
It tickled you.
Once I realized it was in the sand.
The stupidity. Sometimes it hits you. So, a long rest is had by all.
Yeet.
Sadly, not being able to reach Drokar, but you still get your rest anyway. And those of you, well, just Varus on the top side, on the carpet, you are awoken by the stab of light that fills the entire sky.
You know what? I'm not going to miss that. What we live.
It's just like, even under the carpet, it fills the space. It's instantaneous. The floodlight is turned on, and bing.
You see my entire body silhouetted through the thing. Barry's was sleeping naked.
It's like an X-ray.
You see these two like globes on the floor, like above your head.
And I turn down and see Ricky's eyes slowly crawling back out.
His eye slowly reinflating. Not just that, you discover his eyes are a liquid.
And I'm sitting there like with a little air pump, like. Whoa.
Normally I wake up before you guys. You don't have to see this.
Oh, no. Yeah,
I'm just putting my face on.
I've done my routine beforehand.
She's just like white Goodman with the pump.
Got like a little mold for his teeth.
Yeah.
Pours them in.
Puts his dentures in.
Waits for them to set. Pops them
It's
in.
like the boil and bite stuff, except he's just forcing the
It's in that
flesh,
his
the
mouth.
rubbery flesh into the mold, and then he pulls it out and it just stays there.
Come on, teeth. Ah!
His body is actually, he's got a bag full of like body part shaped jelly molds that he just.
Yeah.
Are you a Mr.
I wake up in just a puddle form.
Are you a Mr. Potato Head essentially?
yourself.
Pretty much
Yeah.
ditto.
Yeah.
Show me potato salad.
Good reference. So, daylight, or the facsimile of daylight. Traveling on, I assume.
Do we think we need to windwalk to the
How
city?
far off, like, in terms of walking, just looking at it, how long do you reckon it'll take this?
Walking or flying?
Or
Yeah,
fly?
Yeah, okay. When you say walking, you mean flying, I assume.
Sorry, yeah.
You reckon you could probably reach it maybe in a day?
Just been walking
Maybe
there.
just to save the
Yeah.
6th level, or
Well, it's the only 6th level spell I've got prepared
okay.
Yeah,
at the
like
moment,
human.
so,
All right.
like, I mean, I could
Might as well
upcast
use it.
something else, but
Yeah, but we won't go right up to the city. We'll give
No.
ourselves like a
yeah.
good decent amount.
Hit the outskirts.
So you should replace Greater Resto with, I don't know, anything else.
Yeah. Watching Ray, I think.
Just all of your slots of Scorching Ray.
Basically.
That's all these spells
Especially
work.
especially now that I don't have statue anymore.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Don't need to worry about that anymore.
Who's gonna stop me? You!
Did you mark off the diamond dust? Just checking.
I did.
Cool. Beautiful. So are you wind walking again?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll go for until we get, I don't know, maybe like a K away or something.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, because I did the create food and water, we'll just take as much of that as we can as well, because it's 45 pounds that expire within 24 hours.
Alright.
So
Yeah, we've packed
16
out.
hours now.
So we've got some
You chiseled out some stone cups and
bowls and
We clink a little bit
little
as we
Ziploc
fly out.
bags.
We sound like a pottery. Little stone.
get out of the kiln. All right. So flying on. Wait. Yes to wind walking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Mark the spell slot off and go until we're, I don't know, like most of the day until we're, what, a K away, you reckon? Something
Yeah.
like- Give us just like a good long, and keeping an eye out for, I guess, just anything interesting, really.
Yep. How high are we flying?
300 feet, did we say? How tall do the buildings and stuff look?
Well, there's-
A bit closer.
There's one spire that you don't quite reach the top of,
Okay. So a bit tall.
but the rest are, you know, relatively standard sized.
Are they like what do they look like? As we get a bit closer.
So getting a bit closer, you windy wind your way over and unwind when you're about a K away. But before you descend, you can see there is a solid road sort of traveling out to the right side of the city. And it travels off into the distance. You sort of lose it between mountains and that sort of stuff. It's buried around. Well, it's at the foot of a mountain range, essentially, this city. And the spire that you see that really sort of stands out, the central piece, it all appears to gleam in the light. So you would assume some sort of metallic material. The buildings appear functional from where you are. Like, they don't blow your mind with alien architecture. But you're not that close. A K away, you only get slight detail. Anything else you can think of? Anything you're looking for specifically?
Does it look like there's like a main sort of building that
You
everything
would-
sort of goes around?
You would assume the largest building might be more central.
Right.
Are there any like walls or like defensive towers or
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Yep. So not specific walls. There's the natural wall of the mountain range behind it, but there are certainly structures that are larger than what looks residential or otherwise. It's probably about 4 or 5 k's across the city itself. So it's fairly large, sprawls out in the desert. There's... Can I get perception checks, I guess?
14.
18.
5.
16.
14, 18, 16. Okay. The 18. You know that there's relatively constant wind out here. There's not much to break the bluster. And quite often there's sort of sand flurries sort of kicked up. But you notice when there is one of these sort of sand flurries that there appears to be a dome where the sand doesn't enter the city.
Like a barrier.
Yeah.
Some sort of sand field. Well, I wish we'd had one of them.
Yeah, as you woke up.
Swallowing so much sand.
It's everywhere.
So that's at like the front gate almost?
Yeah, so the right-hand side is where you see the road. You also see there appears to be traffic there, that you can see vehicles kicking up clouds of dust. Much less than they did on the road that you followed in. It appears to be surfaced with something, but either way, there is dust and sand sort of kicked up from their passage.
Should we just go join the road and
I guess.
just no one mention the directive?
Don't we know? Is it just if the directive is mentioned that they'll go hostile?
I mean, Harmonic seemed to want to trade with us and chat with us until it was mentioned.
That's true. So we just don't mention it.
So just no one mention it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but he mentioned it to us, and then we
Yeah, but we were like
basically wanna-
asking about it, and I think maybe so like him thinking about it brought it up, but
Yeah, but I wonder
Yeah,
if
but
it's
then
like
we kind of doubled
if
it.
maybe because was he from Metronis or was he just traveling?
He knew about it.
he knew about it. He knew about the Time
I
Lord and
don't
stuff.
remember if specifically he was. I think we assumed he like knew about it.
Yeah.
So I think we just assumed. Is that right? I don't think he said.
He didn't say specifically. You know, he was a traveling merchant of sorts, so...
Just join the road and see what happens.
Sure. So you wind over to the road sort of deal, and every now and again, the vehicles don't quite match what you've seen. They're all mechanical wheeled, not so much a heavy duty tracked unit.
It dropped
And
out of the wind too.
yeah, into your normal forms. And you walk along the road towards the sort of... It looks like an entry into the sort of field that protects the city. And, I mean, you definitely garner a few robotic heads following you unerringly like an owl's head as they travel past, like watching you a bit longer than...
Good Roberts to you.
Oh no. Good the end, everybody. Maybe they speak English, who knows?
Haven't tried it.
Merry Metronis to you all.
Happy robot. So,
Have a good Robert.
you don't appear openly... You're not attacked, you're not anything like that. The traffic in front of you slows, and there's a small robot, a small mech unit, with one big eye, sort of looking at each of you, just sort of facing backwards on the vehicle in front, just like
Little baby Robert.
one little pupil sort of.
Hello.
I don't think that's a baby.
Little baby Robert.
Oh, it's so cute. Do you think they hatch from little robot eggs?
Like,
Or they
Lava
use like
beans.
blood, but...
You hear it make this very faint, that same sort of screeching sound on the very edge of your hearing.
It's like it's trying to talk.
Varus, translate.
Duh. It sounded like screeching to me.
Yeah. So at that point, you're sort of like, okay, maybe I could only understand the dragon. Because none of these sounds make any sense to you. But the traffic shuffles in, and you're met by fairly formidable sized, about 10 foot tall, similar frame to Harmonic, in fact, guards, and one sort of approaches, well, gestures for you all to approach. State your business.
trade.
Accepted.
That was easy.
Allows you entry into Metronis.
And we didn't even mention the directive. What was?
Nicely done.
You mean this direction?
Well, there's got to be more than one directive. It's they got all the way to number.
Everyone's just and you enter, and there is bustle. The smells are strange. Something that you kind of recognize. That sort of like oil or lubricant for machine parts. That is a prevalent smell in the city. As the hustle and bustle, vehicles and that sort of stuff surrounds you, you're also aware of a constant thump. And it vibrates through the city, essentially.
Head for the central building.
Yeah.
So, can we get... Would you like to explore anything, or would you like to beeline towards the center?
I mean, maybe we can check if there's like a bazaar or something. Get some robot tinkering.
Yeah, by all
Yeah,
means.
sure.
Hello,
See if
Robert.
we can't buy a better shield.
We'll see if there's- If there's like,
Are you
I
building
need,
stuff?
I need another hand. See if
Yeah,
there's
if
if
the-
I want that.
it's like the organics quarter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what about just getting a robot hand
Oh.
crafted on?
Oh, cyborg.
Why not that?
Arcade.
You know? All it'll cost you is probably
Why-
the other real
why-
hand.
Why start? Why stop with just a third arm?
Cut off my head first.
Take my legs and give me wheels.
That was
Is
one
that
of
an
the
upgrade?
I'll never walk again!
options.
That's it.
Yeah, we need to choose a
How-
bait into wheels.
How would they have worked?
No,
I don't know, we're not mechanics.
yeah.
A large tracked vehicle sort of going through an intersection. You hear, "Move, flesh wearers!" And it sort of rumbles up towards you, this, 20-foot tall,
Which way?
out of the way. You sort of look at this and you're like, yeah, shit. You're sort of in the middle of an intersection without realizing.
Shell.
You're just getting kicked around like a
This is kind of fun! And as it passes over, you see the little shell of Kincaid slowly.
What's the game where the frog hops across the highway?
Frogger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roger.
Very creative name.
It was the 70s. There was no other game that with
Yeah.
frog in the title. It was original back then.
Should we maybe see if there is a, flashbang quarters here?
Let's
Hey, you,
investigate
Robert.
the cybernetics idea.
Yeah, I like that
Excuse me, Robert. Just the random one I pass.
Yes.
Where do other flesh wearers hang out?
It just blinks.
Let's
In
pick
the
a
garbage
smarter
can
one.
where you belong.
You hear that that sound, stopping and starting on the edge of your hearing. Doesn't seem to understand you.
Shops?
Where are shops?
Mechanical
Does
arms.
the city of robots have shops? They have like needs and hobbies and wants.
I mean,
assume so.
I thought, yeah, they're just like dwarves or elves. They're just robots.
Just made of metal.
Yeah.
Would telepathy work in this situation?
no, bro. If they
I've just been speaking out loud.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Now I'm with you. You are saying in common.
Yeah. Shops?
It sort of just
Flesh bags.
regards each of you, moves on.
Okay. You, Brent. Next one in line. Hello, good Robert.
You see it's sort of like its throat structure changes slightly.
Oh boy.
That was uncomfortable to watch.
Well, that was horrifying. Shove it into traffic. What? You said they weren't people?
You can speak.
Yes. Where do other flesh bags like myself spend time in the city?
They don't, really.
Well, but if they did,
In the furnace.
where would they?
we need fuel.
We throw them in the Time Lord's mouth.
Delicious. You may not stay in the city.
When's curfew?
Yeah, what?
For how long can we stay?
Yeah.
Until the lights go.
Okay, and then we must leave.
How
Yes.
long
Okay.
do we have to get out of the city after the lights go off?
I would
Probably too late.
be fast about it.
We can be very fast.
The guards are sort of looks around. The guards are unforgiving to flesh wearers.
Okay. Shops. Where do you shop?
Yeah, where can
For-
we buy trinkets?
And upgrades.
For what
Stuff.
specifically?
Fighting, adventuring,
Like if I wanted wheels.
exploring.
This
Weapons.
this city is based around the time keeping. You can find goods related to that.
Sure.
Clock.
Do you have any clocks that are like those big lightning cannons that are on the trucks?
Do you have a clock that is also a cannon? Yeah, it's right here, you see. This is where I keep the black powder.
I don't know, I'm not a robot.
You sort of look around and you see a maybe 15, 20 foot tall structure with a guard standing behind one of these sort of mounted units,
Oh, don't worry, I'll go ask you.
and you kind of point.
Like one of them. Where could I get one of them?
Are you power capable?
Yes.
What voltage?
7.
It's a new thing. You may not have heard of it.
But they're really good.
It's a,
7, but like yeah.
it's a strong 7.
Strong.
Really big
Seven.
Saves energy.
Some people would say 7 is quite large, in fact.
No, a lot of people would be happy with 7. Where I come from, that's actually well above average.
Seven what?
No, Vault.
Yeah.
7 volts. It just sort of
Well,
We have vaults back here, Shara.
No, they mentioned volt. I said how many volt?
We've heard the word.
Just now. He's like, yeah, either go really high or really low. 7?
You either want lots or not that many. Like, you're going to 50-50 here.
As you're standing talking to this machine construct, trying to understand what it's even talking about, you sort of spot someone else made of flesh.
Ooh.
You're like,
Hold
that's
that
the first person. Flesh, where
Flesh.
Flesh.
We all turn in unison. Oh, God. And the way we look as well.
Come here with your skin, boy.
So,
Bring that fleshy body over here.
sort of skulking in a nearby, space between structures,
They skulk in the flesh bearers.
it appears to be a dwarf. And you sort of,
Well, it has no choice but to skull.
it's very true. They are little. But you see him sort of like looking around, just gestures.
Hello.
No, he's probably, a couple streets away, so maybe
Oh, hello.
you just see someone non-reflective and you're like,
Oh, hold that thought.
We run him down.
Wait for us. We'll be back.
Don't move
right,
a muscle.
I don't have them.
Well,
Don't move.
Don't move a vault.
Okay, and it walks off.
I greatly misunderstood what a vault is.
it must mean something
I'll
different.
figure it out one day.
I'll just keep trying to use it in different contexts and see what.
Good vault to you, sir.
That's a mighty fine vault you have.
Let me just tip my soy stores vault to you.
Did I use it right? The dwarven figure sort of... Dad, come on. I'd get out of the street.
We're coming. Why?
This way.
Nice. So far? Yeah.
And you see him, he looks a bit tattered. Looks very emaciated. His beard is straggly and unkempt. And he's sort of, what are you doing in the streets?
On our way to speed the time bullet?
Yeah, we're in the alley.
Yeah.
Surviving. Really?
That's the same as what we were doing.
Yeah.
Pretty casual about it. I'm just throwing that out there.
I maybe, have you just arrived?
Yes.
Okay.
A few days.
Did you need somewhere to stay?
Probably, I guess. We could have
maybe.
gone with
Yeah,
a better
but
idea.
I thought
What
we were
kind of-
just going to stay outside the city and come back in tomorrow. But sure.
Yeah.
Where
We'll just leave, camp out, and come back.
are there many of you here?
No, but I don't. Okay, just follow me. Sort of. I mean, try not to be noticed. You.
I mean, they seem fine so far.
Yeah, they haven't cared about us so far.
Except one guy when we stood in the middle of the road.
Yeah, he
Stopped
tried
us
to blow us
move.
up.
Right. Okay. Well, we have a bit to talk about.
Cool.
And he leads you through this sort of little alleyway, and he leads you along. There's a rusted hulk that seems to have fallen from a building, and he sort of worms his way inside of this, twist of rusting metal.
Are we just deciding to trust this guy?
Yeah, probably.
Hey, what makes
Thuruden's like-
trustworthy?
Dwarves.
I think you might be one of the robots in disguise.
Excuse me, Pongy Dwarf. What? What's your name?
Poggy,
It's
the dwarf. How did you know?
Biglin.
Biglin.
Yeah.
Biglin.
And sorry, I've forgotten my manners. It's been a while.
Sorry, Bigman or Billman?
Big Lin.
Oh, Bigman.
Oh, Biglin.
Biglin, yeah.
Biglin.
Got it. Poggy dwarf.
Wait. He just sort of like looks at each of you. I'm assuming you're from the material.
Yes.
Yeah, mate. I'm from here, not here.
Do you know the Littlesmith family? Make a history check. I'll give you advantage because you were a dwarf.
Mine. Why would you ask?
2 4s
Oh, wow.
Impressive.
for a 6. Oh, yes, I know the Little Smith family.
Pure
Oh,
deception.
yes, the Littlefoots. Oh, yes, the Hearthstones. Yes, I know them well.
So the Little Smith dwarven family you don't recall it, but there are a lot of clans.
Yeah, did you guys make many waves or sort of just coast through?
More small time.
Were you one of those kind of underperforming dwarf clans that, like, you're just good enough for us to not absorb, but, like,
Yeah.
Not a threat.
nobody wants your territory because it's kind
well,
of hard to maintain?
I mean, I figured you could trust me because, I mean, I'm from the same place as you.
I know lots of people from
all the
my
people
place
that
that I-
betrayed us were from our place as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Most of them were dwarves.
So far, the Roberts have been nice.
I'm
Sort of.
Yeah.
Honestly. And
We've
It's
killed
not
everyone
wild
that
to
we
them.
Except for
before we got to the
Harmonic.
city.
yeah, we have murdered most of the ones we've come across, but like of our own volition.
Yeah, we
That's because
decided
we're
to do that.
psychos.
Yeah.
That's not on them.
If anything, we are the danger.
Yeah.
well. I mean, you can follow me or not. It's up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured just band together, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not? He's got stuff.
He leads you in through the rusted sort of twist of metal, and it appears he's been busy. He's dug some sort of not a vertical shaft. You're just like revolutionary.
Awful.
But how did you get in this sand?
Where's all the sand gone?
How did you get through it? Why didn't you just go straight down? You have overcomplicated this. I'll show you a much simpler design.
Stunting.
Ruin his whole setup.
He leads you down a tunnel about 10 foot, and
Not much too big.
Gimrick, you would notice.
All you need.
You would notice that definitely this dwarf, I mean, at least knew how to mine properly. Kincaid's just like, nope, this is garbage.
Actual tunnel supports. Look at them.
You put all this wood in your tunnel. It's taking up so much room.
We can handle this for you.
Why did he do it in sand?
Who knows?
He sort of takes you down beneath the city a bit. So you get probably 20 feet down. It's not much, but I mean, it's home for now. And so
You're not wrong.
Is it just him down here?
make a perception check as you walk into the sort of open space.
Is there any light?
18.
15.
16.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Oh, that was a nat 20.
Oh,
So,
Kincaid's like, I've seen it all, guys. Looking at the wall.
it's 12. No, it's okay. Fortunately, I can follow you by Pong.
My eye patches do nothing to block it.
I've managed to scavenge what I can.
Some soap.
That's what I was going to say.
No, I haven't found soap.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You see a small bundle of cloth, maybe 5 foot across. You see it move, and a figure sort of pops her head out. Who's there? Is that? And Bigland's. Oh, it's all right. I found other flesh wearers.
Hello.
I mean, they say they're from the material plane.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a rock splitter.
Yeah.
I'm a boglin.
Very cool then.
Well, I mean, you're welcome to spread out here if you need somewhere.
Could you tell us where the shops are? Is there anywhere in the city where you can conduct trade?
Well, I'd get a stiff
Where we
drink.
could give the robots money and they could put wheels on.
Well, coal. I have coal. Not much. I thought it was going to be edible, but it wasn't.
You see, a lot of them, they appear, they just sort of dismiss you. They don't quite understand what you are, or what we are, I guess.
We found a few of them.
Some of them look down on you as if, I don't know, lesser beings or something. But I don't know, the ground sort of vibrated the other day, more than the normal. That it was like that, but it lasted about a minute, and
We also experienced
Yeah.
sent them crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know when that happens, but when it did happen, we are not safe.
Is that the first time it's happened?
No, it's the first time I've been topside when it happens. I've lost track of. I don't really know what day or year or time it is.
Does it happen often or not that often?
It's hard to tell. That vibration, it kind of happens on a daily basis. It doesn't always last long though, but sometimes it does. They seem to go animalistic or savage or I don't know, but yeah, you are not safe if you're in the middle of a city when that happens.
Do you know about Directive 17901E?
No, what's that?
I thought we were going to have to kill him.
It's like
It's not a robot.
Oh, now we know.
Oh, yeah, now we know.
I'm pretty sure it's a directive to kill from the Time Lord
Yeah.
to kill all the fleshies.
What's a
All the
time
flesh
lord?
beings. Time Lord's the dude who
Boss
runs
of
this
this place,
city.
probably in the big spot.
How do we? We've been here for 2 days. We know more than you.
How long have you been here, Biglin?
Like a week
Judging by
maybe,
the smell.
or a month.
Actually, only been here a week, so.
Some of this was pretty.
I really have no idea. I can't really track time here.
Also, it is a
Ironically,
bit weird.
in the city of time.
Were you
With time, with the timing clock that's running poorly.
Where were you before you came here? Were you with the Rock Splitters?
I don't know what a rock
They're a clan of
splitter.
dwarves
Dagbedir?
from Dactyl.
Where are you from?
That one that does ring a bell. Northern Mountains we were,
Yeah, okay.
so I mean not quite neighbours, but
Yeah, basically. Cousins.
okay.
Cousin!
Cousin, what? And it just sort of takes you in.
Oh, he used to be a dwarf.
Yeah, I
Oh.
like, kind of warped in the shift.
Okay.
I'm getting used to it.
Right.
So it's just you and the lady down here?
I have a name,
What's your name?
Jillian.
Jillian.
Wormblade.
Yes. How did you know?
Whoa!
Whoa.
Wait, really?
Where's your flute?
She sort of like scrambles up out of the blankets.
Oh my god, wait, do you remember us?
Oh, we're trying to cure your
Let
curse.
me look at your neck.
Wait, you can speak!
You can speak now?
Yeah.
You didn't get. You did.
Wait.
You are.
You all share a look.
Hello!
Does it like
Julian,
nice to meet you.
Hold on. We'll wait for gigs, I guess.
Did you?
Did we mind wipe?
Julian, don't listen.
Just about the flute part.
Yeah, she wouldn't have known about us trying to cure her.
Yeah, and because we met her on separate
But we
occasions.
wiped the whole flute thing.
And-
So as far as she knew, she always had a flute in her friggin'
Yeah,
neck.
we replaced it with she tripped and fell
On
neck
the
first
floor.
with a flute.
Yeah.
that she left poking up out of the floorboard.
You know, old flute neck.
Yeah.
As she so lovingly called her.
Oh my god.
And are we the baddies?
Yes.
I don't know why.
Yes, you are.
Biglin got me good. It's not even really funny.
No, it's not.
It just,
Biglin Littlesmith.
it just really
It
tickled
was
me.
a fun little dwarf name.
Good old flute neck.
So yes, it turns out that the other figure, the female in the corner, is Jillian Wormblade,
Right.
old flute neck.
Ah, cool.
That's when we're like, oh, didn't you? Wait.
You go in a little huddle and you're like, what does she remember? Wait, what did we do?
Like, how could she speak? She doesn't recognize us. Oh my god.
She doesn't have a flute in her neck.
Does she look the same as she did
Can I
on
get
the
that back?
material one?
Yeah.
So with your perception, she looks slim, like malnourished.
Well, yeah,
But-
food would fall out the flute.
I mean, maybe.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of dumb shit tonight. Oh,
You
my
only
Lord.
wait for an HS to block up all the holes.
Hold it all.
I hate this flute. I curse falling on it myself.
Oh, Jillian, you look well.
I'm actually really not.
Oh,
Your curse, what happened to it? Last time we saw you, you couldn't speak.
Yeah, you were cursed to never be able to speak again.
because you had the prophecy.
Yeah.
Someone didn't like that.
That feels like a lifetime ago.
And you played
Wait.
beautiful music.
Wait, so you really don't remember us? We spoke multiple times at your establishment. We met your husband and kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you remember I
Frozen,
tried
the other
to...
one?
I get them mixed up.
She sort of scratches at her throat, and you can see a scar
A circular scar.
on her
That was me.
trachea.
I put that there.
Wait,
I saved your life.
No, we were there when you fell.
We were there.
When you tripped and fell off. We were there when you tripped and fell. When you were like all three.
No, yeah, we were there.
Get that back.
Ricky's just like, she doesn't remember it.
My telepathy.
Shut up.
Now, Jillian, like, last time we were trying to cure you, and as I tried to disable the curse, something fought back.
And stab you in the
That's
foot.
how you tripped and fell. You like convulsed.
Yeah.
Because the curse was choking you.
Oh.
Do you not remember the curse that you had?
You had prophetic visions, apparently, maybe sometimes. And someone didn't like that and put the curse on you to shut you up.
Yeah, you knew stuff.
Wait, is that not true?
I don't know about the prophetic vision. I think she knew something. Like, she went to a
Not
meeting.
again.
She went to a meeting with the Blackbriars and came back and couldn't. Yeah, came back and couldn't speak.
Brotherhood of Ma. That's right.
That's
I
probably.
think I thought that was boring and just decided
Decided I didn't care, and then went on with my life.
You can see the future.
That works pretty well.
Oh, you got to admit, it'd be much more exciting if she got shut up because she was Oracle instead of just because she happened to, go to the wrong book club.
So in her 60s, she looks pretty starved. She doesn't look like she's thinking quite straight, which is possibly why she doesn't
Is
remember
there
any
like
of it.
a table and like a basin or anything around
No. You're in a bare sort of chamber. They've made just a
Pull out
pile
every
of
cups
rags and
bowls
stuff.
and
there? Yeah.
lay them out.
Is it?
We're about to feast.
Create food and water.
And they're just like,
Prestige station. Wait,
oh,
wait, wait.
thank-
Now it tastes really good too.
I'd rather boiled chicken.
I mean, I can tell.
No, I'm kidding.
What we got, I'm afraid.
They are exceptionally.
Have good news for you.
I could make a lot of it.
Our answer.
And you give them a moment to sort of satiate their hunger and thirst. Right. Well, thank you, first of all. I'm not sure how much longer we could survive finding scraps and I used to be a traveling saleswoman. I deserted my clan. Being dwarvish, you would be like, that's a big nut. You have?
Yeah, I mean, I got like semi-banished.
Oh.
Do you remember Lydia?
They were friends.
I knew a few Lydias. Give me more.
Lydia, the half halfling, half human.
The quarterling.
What was her last name?
Romero.
Her family,
Tell me about her.
Family owned a tea farm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm her ex-husband, Ricky.
The floating.
Lovely to meet you. Right. Okay.
Small world. And look at us now.
Jillian would know her as Elle.
On Rivets, the floating place that she ran.
Yeah.
The
Flotel Hotel.
Was it the lily pad, maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
Julian would know. No.
I was a traveling saleswoman. I met Jaren, and we sort of started working in Goldview. I took over the Rusty Anchor eventually after working there a while, and we had some kids. And
Armand and Charlie.
did you wait? You've met my kid? Well, oh right, yes, we have met. Yeah.
We met you at the Rusty
Oh,
Anchor.
we looked a lot different. Yeah, that's why.
I look the same.
I was.
Yeah, you're the only one that looks remotely the
Giant
same.
Dong hanging off your face.
What giant dog?
Have you looked in a mirror?
Like an elephant snarls.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, my cheek dick! I've always had that.
It's like if an elephant dipped its nose in yogurt.
I'm just gonna move on. Well,
What the fuck?
working in the Rusty Anchor. I mean, I was good at reading people. Like I just had a gift, I guess. Gift of the gab, some call it. I'd remember details about people that, seemed insignificant, but anyway, I was good at that. Worked there for about 20 years, and yeah, eventually Harry turned it over to me, so it became our family sort of thing. But a man came into the bar, and he was vague, but he gave hints about, an all-knowing a seer that knew, that could give me knowledge, and I mean, I was intrigued.
Yeah,
Not
it's
gonna
my
lie.
grandma.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that.
She was a bitch.
Honestly, yeah.
Total bitch. We had to run in with her as well.
Great for her age, though.
Yeah, what a baddie.
Oh, if she wasn't my grandma. Oh, if she was.
I'd go there.
Total culture is fucked.
Dude, but she's like a great.
Barely blood related.
Is she really
It's been through
grandma?
that many mutations.
Can we
at this
get
point.
back to that? I have a lot of questions about her.
Don't we all?
Essentially, I went alone. I left my husband
went, Russ?
to look after the. Yeah.
I told you there was something about visions.
But when I got there, a green sort of lady, which I assume you're saying is your grandmother.
Yeah, it's granny coded her.
Right. She made me a deal. She would give me insight into people, and just didn't tell me that the cost was my ability to communicate in any way. I think that's where you came in eventually.
Old tragic blue tax.
Yeah, when
When
I fell that day, and it punctured my entire throat, and
So, but
Yeah.
when we met you, you'd stopped talking for a year, and no one knew why.
yeah, well, I couldn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could do.
We tried everything.
She was exceptionally powerful with just her words. She did that to me.
And
Yeah.
you fixed yourself with just a flute. So, impressive.
Well, I don't know that it was that. When that big thing happened,
That flute, actually.
when that big thing happened, and everything sort of split apart, I landed in the desert near here. And I found out that I could speak again.
Maybe Kodadar's dead.
That would be nice.
Be handy.
But otherwise, we're just hiding out here trying to figure out what to do.
Do you still have your ability, or did you lose that as well?
I mean, I've got the talent that I had from birth of knowing people. I knew I could trust Biglin here, but I don't.
We also knew we could trust Biglin straight away.
Yeah, that's good. He's got a very
also
trustworthy face, and he's sort of just like he's missing some teeth, and he just like.
Just horrible.
Just spin around.
Please stop. Biglin, thanks for inviting us, but Go away.
That's the door.
Yeah. Have you guys got any? Okay, wait. Back.
Yeah.
Back. You're her. What did you call her?
Granny Godadar, yeah.
Kotadar.
Yeah.
And what is she?
She's a fae.
Faye goddess.
She was she was an orc.
Slamming the halter.
She and her sisters went into this, little portal to the Feywild in Glendaltha and came back with these powers. So,
They got tricked by other Fae.
yeah.
Right.
So that was just meant to be, telling fortune. We'll tell you one fortune, one question.
Okay.
We'll answer it. But she was like, you know what? This is boring.
Similar to you, they got tricked in that they could see the future, but they couldn't affect it. But then she
Right.
split away and could, for some reason, then affect it.
Right.
So maybe just because you split away outside of her reach or something is now similar to
Our
what she
other
did.
sisters stayed in like plant pods in this cave,
Mm.
deep in the thing,
Oh.
where she left. The
Went up the
body
mountain with the dragons.
So-
the body.
What did she? Kincaid. Oh.
Just splash it with some cold water.
Oh, I was already sleeping. God.
So what did she do to you?
Wow,
What did she do to you?
no,
I think
so.
She showed us a vision of the future.
Kidnapped our children,
Yeah.
your nieces and nephews.
Oh, that's
she took
horrible.
my dad's amulet.
Well, we don't know it was her.
Yeah.
Could have been the witch, that people's wife.
Yeah.
Who we must hunt.
She turned me into a space monster. She turned our friend into a demon's cock ring. Just so many really
She set
bad
the
things that
forest
just
on
are all
fire.
attributed to her.
But we fixed the fire.
Well, she sounds
She
dreadful.
stopped.
Yeah.
So she doesn't seem to want to kill anyone that she encounters. She just wants to play with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she
just-
killed this one guy, a boy from the Koya tribe.
Yeah, but
she doubled him.
She crushed him with meteors.
She made him sign a deal with a fiend, and then she crushed him with a meteor. It was
kill anyone
cold-blooded.
except for this one guy. Did she crush
That was pretty brutal, honestly. He was like 14.
He was just about to be reunited with his family, and then all of a sudden,
but she also took away his ability, to
be
go
recognized.
because his family didn't know who.
She also killed a dragon in front of us to kind of show off her power.
Lord, she did.
oh, she was powerful.
That was pretty cool.
Right.
We cut a few deals with her for,
We needed information.
So, well, is she going to be coming for me? Like, what's the
Who knows?
good? That's
mean,
I noticed the whole world exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
it. Did
there was a bit of a cataclysm there.
If a thing on you went away, then probably not.
Yeah.
so?
Bigger things to worry about right now.
What did happen?
You know when the Alos changes power?
We're the coterie, by the way.
Yeah.
Although that title probably doesn't.
Yeah, although I don't know if I want to be telling people that. I don't know if we've kind of failed.
That's fine. Keep going.
Yeah, so the coalition of new coterie forms and Alice was transferring power because he was retiring. And then the new Alos's brother and sister and a few other trusted advisors betrayed them in the last moment and killed the old Alos and stole the power from themselves. But then that just blew up the whole realms, and so now all the realms have just we don't really know. We're thinking it's like when you drop plates and then they all shatter, and then but like they were all in a nice stack.
Okay.
You dropped them all and they've all shattered, and you don't know which bits belong to which bit.
So our theory is that wherever you were located has melded with this plane of existence. And somewhere else, like let's say Glendolf has melded with a completely different plane of existence, maybe the Feywild. And
they're
Ashara's
about-
in a completely different spot, you know?
Right.
Oh, what would it be about? Oh, maybe 10 days travel for you guys. That way is a bunch of dwarves in a cave.
From the material plane, it's like
From
you know,
David.
Are they doing okay?
Yeah, it's like when you have a little bit left at the end of the bar of soap. Pongy, you wouldn't understand this. and
Bigland's like,
and you kind of push it into a ball with all the other slivers from the other bits, but you can't really tell what that came from.
Yeah.
Just this big lumpy ball of soap. Well, reality is like that now.
Did you discover Smoke like 2 days ago?
Yes.
I am well versed.
Don't bring up those bathrobes.
It's
The fact that we
all-
might never find them again.
Imagine if they're somewhere here. Imagine if that bathhouse. is
Imagine if we
somewhere here.
find that bathroom, we'll never leave.
I never got to
That's
experience
the
it.
Well,
campaign end.
And we retire here.
We live in the bathhouse now until the multiverse ends from whatever the
Evil coterie doing.
Well,
It had a good run.
can you at least point us in the direction of those dwarves? I mean, we'd rather band together out of the city.
It's
a long way to
travel,
go.
like 10 days or something.
Oh,
I don't think you'd make it on foot.
I don't think I would either.
Although actually, I could turn you into clouds.
Like tomorrow.
Did we get it most of the way?
Yeah, because I can do up to 10 creatures.
Well, if you can,
It'd just be about finding them. Yeah, you probably. Well, there's some good signs.
there are some real signposts currently.
Yeah. Look for all the whale blubber and your close.
So, would you care to give them directions?
I mean, we have it best as we can. Like, we were clouds when we travelled, so.
Yeah.
But I can turn you into clouds tomorrow if you
Should
remind me.
we maybe just zone of truth them?
Sure.
Just in case?
Do you mind answering a few questions just to make sure that you're not assassins or robots or devils or something? Or working for the evil coterie?
We've encountered a lot of bad people.
You look at the two of them, they are the least threatening
That's what they want.
beings,
What an
but
assassin would want you to think.
I can't zone of truth.
yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
Hiding through little lines on your neck.
Oh,
Varys remembers plunging that flute into her neck and is just like, could.
I got up close and personal.
I don't know.
Yep, so you cast Zone of Truth.
19 charisma. I mean, they can choose to fail it though.
Yeah,
That's fine,
that would
so-
choose to fail. Biglin. Oh yeah, the rest of it. Biglin,
Hey, what is it? Charisma save?
19 charisma. 19?
do I still get your bonus?
No.
Oh, I got 18.
I don't know.
You slow fox.
Damn,
It's a
I'm good.
4, so whatever that is. It's probably not 19.
yeah, probably not. Okay.
I like your shoes.
Am I being on the school nose?
Do you take damage if you lie?
What, do you?
No, you're just incapable of lying. If you fail, you're fine now.
Sewer bubs.
You can't do that. Why you just say that?
That's what Ricky does. He just says silvery bobs.
Silvery bubs!
I don't think it's how it works. I don't think it works when Ricky says that.
So, the questions. Yeah, you can ask us.
Are you in any way, shape, or form allied with the forces of evil?
Well, it depends what
Evil's very...
Are you opposing the Alos and his, family?
What if someone else has crowned themselves Alos and they're technically the new Alos? What if that's bad?
Well, and for a while, I did
More?
dream about becoming the next Alice instead of.
I could see
Alf.
that
So,
for you.
I would answer maybe.
We nearly killed Alf that
You ask the question and then you break into a discussion amongst yourselves, and they're sitting there like,
And you were going to kill Alf that one time.
"Yes, I was."
Really. Wow.
Yes, I was.
I would say yes.
Have you been truthful with everything you've told us today?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not going to pursue that.
No. Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yes, we've been truthful.
Do you plan on doing anything nefarious with the dwarves that
Yes.
we're talking about?
What? I'm sorry.
Sorry, that just slid out.
I heard nefarious.
Yes, I do. No, we just hope to survive together.
No.
Nothing to do with whales at all.
I'm definitely not going to sell them for my cool new wheel legs.
Would you sell the dwarves for wheel legs?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
To find wheel legs.
You turn your
Legs
legs into wheels and you.
Turn them into. I thought you'd have to cut off them and then they'd sort
And
of
then-
bolt it on.
No, it's the fletch stitching thing from before.
So we turn you into stone, chisel your legs into wheels, and then when you come out of
Reanimate
stone, you'll just have flesh wheels.
Made out of bones and nerve endings and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, it works perfectly fine.
Makes sense.
No. I wouldn't sell them for wheel legs. I'd probably go for something cooler if I were to sell them, but no.
What? What could be cooler than that? You have to be truthful.
I don't know, like 4 arms, extra arms would be great. I've got legs that work, but more arms is always good.
Think how fast you could go.
Where
You
were
could put cool lights on them.
That's true.
Racing stripes.
That would be.
Put racing stripes on your arms, you just look like idiots.
What's a racing stripe?
Like a stripe for racing.
Obviously.
That's right.
Like horse racing.
Where were you when the event happened? Where the world ended?
I was in the palace.
I was next to him.
Yeah.
Just that.
You're like, he passed. I know that's false. Well,
Were you sober on the tail? Yes.
Bigland's like, well, I was in the mountains, and yeah, just traveling around.
What were you doing in the mountains?
Mountain stuff, looking for different mines.
Specific.
Looking for mines, digging.
Looking for mines. Is that how it works? I thought the doors made.
Well, caves, which you turn into a mine. Looking
What
for.
about you, Gillian?
Well, I was in Gulview. Well, I was traveling to Gulview, sorry.
From where?
Oh, I'm a saleswoman, but I'm not much of a saleswoman anymore. I was doing a supply run for the Rusty Anchor.
How were you doing supply run when you couldn't communicate?
Well,
She could carry a tune.
you see, my husband, organised it, and they knew who to expect.
And where were you coming back from?
I was getting some ales and that sort of stuff from Midham.
Particularly long straw.
So you're on very different sides of the world when
Nice
the
long
continent when this
line.
happened.
Yeah, it seems that way.
And what about your family? Do you know? Have you seen them at all?
Yeah, actually, we just saw them in the cave.
They're not your family anymore, mate.
Well, they are to me.
Well, that's harsh.
Yes, that's pretty brutal.
I'm honestly pretty emotionally shattered by the whole experience.
Yeah, I'm
devastated.
in a very vulnerable state right now.
I feel like I could quiver and fall into a puddle at any moment.
I feel like a plastic bag just floating through the wind.
I forget the rest of the words. It's been
Yeah.
too long.
Nice.
Do you ever feel like very paper thin, like a house of cards?
Yeah.
One bloke from caving in.
Yeah, that one.
That's it. That's exactly how I feel.
I feel singing.
Biglin and Jillian are kind of like, yeah, I kind of feel like that too.
You guys just got to ignite and let it shine.
Ignite what?
Gillian, you're a firework.
Thank you.
I mean, I guess. And I start trying to light the coal that I brought.
I mean, I can.
So,
Any other questions?
How much oxygen do you think's down here?
7.
Cool. We've got 7.
It's like the number we
it's about 7 volts of oxygen, I think.
7 of
Do
oxygen.
you guys know what a volt is?
Yeah.
No.
It's where
Not
you
a
put
clue.
stuff.
Ah, well, yeah.
Then why would you need volts?
Why did the robots need bolts?
If I wanted a lightning cannon mounted on my head, say, why would a volt help?
Maybe that's where you saw the lightning.
Oh. It's the cannon is a portal to the vault that's full of lightning.
It's like the bag you used to have that we put all our money
Yeah.
in.
You both. Oh.
You lost.
You don't need to be in a zone of truth to know that was real. So,
Okay, so get some volts. Fill them with lightning. Cannon on my head.
Portal in the cannon.
Off we go. How do
Have
you
you-
refill it with? How do you refill a vault with lightning?
Maybe you just have a
don't know.
lightning elemental or dragon.
Did you ever see the play Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Because there
Yeah.
was a turtle with that had like a cannon on its head that shot lightning.
That's exactly what I'm going for. I don't think I've seen that play though.
they are just like,
Have you
Eyes.
guys seen the play?
look so exhausted. They're watching whatever this interaction is, and they're like, I don't know what you mean.
Are there any other people in the city that you're aware of?
There might
Actually, not
be.
that I'm aware of.
We're not. We're not too keen on being up there if they turn.
Where do you get food?
From you, mainly.
Steal it. Also from you.
I miss eggs.
No one even asked.
Beginning to think you're not playing this the same as the rest of us.
No, I also have a truth zone.
When you get egg.
It's egg.
You see, it after a while, anything looks good. When the robots kind of turned and killed those people.
Yeah, you don't have to keep going.
No, I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, and at that point you're like, oh, that's what that smell is.
So you've got spares.
I wouldn't say spares. What you made is a lot better.
Maybe stick to that stuff. There are mushrooms in the cave.
Oh, so they're eating people.
Yes.
Yes, Ricky.
Eating the remains of.
Anyone who was slower.
There were a few more of us, but
Yeah, no, we get the picture.
It's not that quick.
yeah. So
have
if
wheels.
you've, I don't have sweet wheel legs with LEDs. If you can direct us to these dwarves with a cave and a mushrooms and
See,
anything's better than that.
What I can give you will only last you 24 hours. You are not going to make it there.
Didn't you say you could turn us into
We can
wind
turn
or
you
something?
into a cloud. Now,
We'll get them.
you can,
most
we
of
can
the
get
way.
you like
Yeah, well, we
They'll get them.
feed them, water them, then
quarters.
turn them into a cloud, send them on the way, and then by the time they turn back, they've got like a day's journey.
Yeah, and they'll still have food for a couple
That
hours.
that sounds
It can
doable.
last for like, I think it's like 1 or 2 days. I think it's like 2 days or something.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk through a desolate desert, day and a half.
Yeah.
And yeah, you need to just find a pit in the ground with a broken machine and another one that looks like it was crushed by a whale somehow in the middle of the desert. And then there's a ravine next to that, and then there's this little cave and it says home, and then you have to go inside and say, hey, we're Rockslins.
Okay, that sounds
I
doable.
have to say this weird phrase.
Yeah, what's the phrase, Ricky?
Well, I just said
Gravel.
I just said by the blood of Grolda Rocksplitter, we seek safe passage.
Or refuge.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Sure. I mean, anything beats this room.
I do not think you will survive.
Okay.
Sorry, can you turn this off?
This is really messing with.
Just step out of the circle, is that how it works?
You'll have fun playing Top Spot there.
Okay. I mean, playing games, sure. Other dwarves, great. I love him, but Biglin's a pain in the ass. And Biglin's like, hey. I can see
Alright,
it.
this is why I'm pissing your cornflakes.
Oh, cornflakes.
Overrated.
It's better than.
Dwarf
Oh. I don't know, I've never eaten dwarf.
and elf and human,
Whatever it was. It wasn't good.
but not the cow.
Sustained us, but.
Yeah.
Anyway, when can you do that, did you say?
Tomorrow.
Okay. When's tomorrow?
After the dark. Yeah, I was away.
Sometime from now.
Look, just
I
hang
think-
tight and we'll turn up.
Yeah, they
Okay.
turned the sun on like a few hours ago, so
Then I'll turn it off in a bit. And then
Yeah,
once they turn
the
it
sun's just the thing. It's like a fire that they turn on. They
it's just a giant bonfire.
It's like a. Do you know what a lantern is?
Yes, I'm
Like that,
I'm
but
not an
much
idiot.
bigger.
Yeah. Do you know what a lantern is? Condescending prick. Have you ever seen fire before? I love it.
I mean, they're the ones. You're the ones in a hole eating people jerky. Doesn't sound like great smart life decisions to me, but okay.
Did you at least cook the meat before you?
With what?
I mean,
They
there's
have
rocks.
fires
There's
here.
rocks down here.
It's desert in every direction. We
Yeah,
tried
you
leaving.
just put it outside on some metal.
Yeah, but
Cook.
Yeah,
well,
barbecue.
that's true.
There's plenty of charcoal around here.
What you realize is the sunlight doesn't produce any heat. While you've been walking, you noticed Usually in a desert you would struggle with
Heat.
sweating and exhaustion like that,
Not
but
Kincaid, but
yes, true. Yeah, there's actually no heat in that manor.
weird.
Either way,
It's just very dry.
All right. Well, we're gonna go shopping and see this Time Lord.
Where did you say the shops were?
well, we haven't shopped.
But if you're going to, where do you think they would be?
I mean, you could.
Where do the robots go when they have money?
I don't know. We kind of hide from them.
I don't know if they have a system of money.
It's the robots go when they have money.
Well, no, I suppose harmonics wanted gold.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, they do trade.
But he did say they'd melt it down into stuff for
Circuitry.
Yeah,
the
components.
circuitry for their numbers and lightning.
We guess we just ask another robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're willing, you're brave enough to go for it.
We're extremely.
I mean, you got here.
Extremely brave.
Yeah.
Did they attack you openly? Because
One did a little.
you were
One did when we stood in their way for a long time and kind of goaded them.
so in,
The other one sort of went insane and tried to kill
Yeah,
us.
when the big
Yeah,
rumble
when
happened.
last
when the
night, yeah.
vibrations
Rumble.
happened. The
Right.
first lot, we just dropped a whale on them.
so it's really an isolated incident.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah, if you
killing.
mess with them, it seems
Oh.
like they'll attack you back. But like,
Otherwise, yeah,
like
like you
in the
said,
big
they just-
rumble, they just want you to get out of their way.
Yeah.
They did say to us though that we're not meant to be in the city when it's dark.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm assuming that's part of the 17901E, whatever it is,
Directive.
to kill any fleshies.
Right.
But
Well-
when the sun's up, we're all okay.
Are you?
We won't- as long as we don't say that.
As long as you don't say the directive out loud.
Oh, good to know. Why would you say it repeatedly?
Ah, I mean, who knows?
Fun, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how your minds work. You live in a cave of people jerky.
Yeah.
Stop mentioning the people jerky.
It's making me hungry.
They're ashamed enough of it as it is.
They were our friends. And you're just like,
Pointing it out.
I'm sure they would have wanted you to go on in this way.
well, we're alive.
I don't.
Salting their flesh.
I think they would have preferred you died.
And they salt your flesh. Salt.
Very uplifting.
So,
God, can you please turn the time to 3 months?
please. Kill me.
We still got another 4 minutes, guys.
So, any other questions for them, or are you happy to head back up into the city?
Happy to head back up.
Okay,
We'll come find you tomorrow for the cloud walking.
sure. We'll be right here.
Don't work. We'll probably.
This food will last you 24 hours.
What do you mean last?
It'll disappear after 24 hours.
I suppose you did magic it into being. Okay,
So
Cool.
eat your fill. Don't try and ration it.
gotcha.
Just go for it.
Okay,
Go
beautiful.
Disappear in
Go
24
insane.
hours. It's not permanent. We're not
Will it-
gods.
Will it disappear in here, or just in general? Like,
It won't disappear, it'll just spoil.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So make sure it's out of you within 24 hours.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Here are some berries to help.
Eat 3 of these, it'll
Eat
cleanse
3
you
of
right
these
out.
and hold on.
Apparently, buckle up.
get out of
Tie
the
yourself
cave.
down and eat.
So
Eat 3, strap in, strap on.
the water won't go bad, but the food will spoil
Okay,
after 24 hours.
And if it's still in you,
good luck. So you leave them be in their dank little hole where they are surviving just now with a little more hope.
No, they ate hope already.
I do not.
Very good.
Nice, very nice. So as you head back up into the city of Metronis, leaving the smell that you now recognize as not Stinky Biglin. Well, yes, Stinky Biglin.
ongy pig.
Pongy, sorry, is the word you use. But you head back up into the robotic city of Metronis. And I guess we'll leave the session there because it is 10 to 10. What?
We started late.
Maybe the
We did,
fun with
true.
the people in his pause.
We finished dinner early and that's
The city. Yeah, it was 6:30ish.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We normally are in here starting bang on 6.
Pretty close, but thank you folks at home for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the show. Oh, that's all right. And we will not. No, are you away this next? Not in 2 days, but the week after.
I think I've got 2 more. Let me look at the calendar.
But you might be able to do the hundo. But either way,
Yes, I'm here next
focus.
Sunday the 2nd,
Oh,
and
cool.
the one after that the 9th. We leave the 10th.
all right, no worries.
easy.
Beauty, look after yourselves, look after each other, and don't eat your dead.
And turn your legs into wheels.
Get so
Straight down in the desert.